I just feel like at the end of the day, they like a fucking machine, man. They like Ultron or some type of shit.
I
Like
mean, they
it's
like
like
the Patriots. That's what they like. That's exactly what they.
yeah. I mean, I've seen this shit before too, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
But it's just like they just it's like if it's close, they won't blink, they won't crack, they execute all the time. That's
That's
the
true.
thing. It's not just that Patrick Mahomes is good. He is the best player in the National Football League. But the team as a whole, Andy Reid and Steve Spagnuolo, what they've built, this I want to call it a fucking program, dog. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, because they are producing uh difference makers, not just superstars. They're producing difference makers, and these motherfuckers are leaving, and they're not being well outside of Tyreek. He Tyreek's Tyreek, but they don't blink.
I
You
mean,
know,
I mean, trust me, I get what you're saying. Like I've viewed this firsthand with my own team, but what I will say is like, the Chiefs are not unbeatable. Like
yeah, they not.
they've gotten a lot of breaks this year, and I just think they had a lot of close
That's
calls, man.
right. Yeah, they
I mean, you
have.
look at five. I think 5 out of the 6 games have been close calls, and I just think
Yeah,
the Bills know how to beat the Chiefs, especially in the regular season. They've done it. They know how to. Sean McDermott knows how to do it. I just think it's on like, and the thing about Josh Allen is Josh Allen can put you in positions as a defense that you don't want to be in.
yeah.
I mean, that's just what he's because I mean, like his running ability, I mean, his ability to, to make out of structure throws, he can put you in that position that you don't want to be in, and that's what I think he's done against the Chiefs in the regular season. He just hasn't been able to do that in the postseason as much. So that's what I'm saying. Like that's why I like the Bills in the game. Like I'm thinking it's something like 24-21, maybe 27. It's going to be low scoring because like the Chiefs, there's a stat out there. The Chiefs have been giving up 30 points in like 14, 15 games. It's something like that. Like it's a very long time they haven't given up more than 30. So this is not going to be a 30-27 kind of game. It's going to be a more low scoring game.
Is
But I
this
do
one
think
o'clock?
that they can pull it off though.
This is
So
1 o'clock,
It's a
right?
four. It's a 4 o'clock.
it's a 4-5. Because I
Damn,
mean, actually,
man.
like if you the crazy, you look at the slate, man. Like they got Steelers, Ravens at 1, Chiefs, Bills at 4, and Chargers, Bengals at 8. Which is, I mean, I mean, like as far as a whole day situation goes along, I mean, like that's a good situation.
How you think that's gonna go? The Chargers Bengals thing.
I think the Chargers going to win, man. I got to go with the better defense. The
Yeah,
Bengals
yeah.
defense, they can't. I mean, yeah, Joe Burrow is on fire, but I expect Harbaugh to scheme something up to kind of slow Chase down. I think Chase not going to have them numbers that he normally had because I mean, T. Higgins is coming back. So I don't expect his numbers to be all crazy.
Oh, T playing?
Yeah, they said
Yeah.
T is
Okay.
coming back.
They got all three of their receivers for the first time this season.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, the Bengals can win the game. I just I mean, I'm more of an old school kind of guy. Like I'll go more on the defense. I just think
Yeah.
Chargers got enough on defense to kind of slow them down. I mean, Justin Herbert just got to perform. That's it. And I think if you don't turn over the ball, I mean, they run the ball. They should be able to run the ball. They should be able to throw it. I mean, the Chargers
So,
should win. The one
so
thing I
you
Hold
think
on,
that?
hold on. Don't give them too much, man. Hold on.
Okay,
Look,
okay,
look, look,
okay.
look.
Yeah, yeah. No. You're right. You're right.
and not
Listen,
We
even
can run it back. We can run it back. We
we
can
know
run it
y'all
back.
tapped in, man. We know we got your attention, man. But hold on, real quick. We gotta get the intro going. We're gonna get right back to y'all, man. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of the CheckDown. As y'all see, we was having, good conversation, man. Y'all tapped in early. We appreciate y'all for tapping in, man. Hey, look, if y'all haven't already hit that like button for us, man, so we can, get out to the other people, man. It helps with the algorithm on YouTube, man. Um, yeah, I'm your host, Smitty. I'm here with the people, man. Certified. How you feeling, bro?
I'm good, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing all right, man. I'm doing all
Hey,
right.
man, I missed y'all, man. It's good to see y'all.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, man, Mick, how you feeling, boy?
Man, I had a mixed weekend last weekend, man. I mean, I was expecting to go 1-1. It's just the opposite happened. Georgia done got they back blown out, and I mean, like the Patriots, I mean, killed the Bears. So just wasn't what I was expecting. But I mean, I'm gonna take it either way.
Yeah, man. I mean, you know, you the Patriots got the win. You know, I ain't think Georgia was gonna get a loss.
I mean, I thought it was gonna be a tough game. Like I ain't expect us to get blown out like that. Like I mean, like we got blown out. I mean, it was what it was. But yeah, I mean, Patriots did their thing in Chicago, man. So I can't even hate on that, man.
Pop, what it is, sis. Glad to see you. All right.
Nothing. Glad to be back with the people. Chop it up with y'all.
How you feel after staying up last night to watch that fight? I know you stayed up. I know you. I know y'all stayed up.
Go
I ain't watch.
ahead, man. Go ahead,
Nah,
man.
nah.
Go
I didn't
ahead,
watch.
man.
I ain't watch that shit, bro. I'm gonna just keep it a buck with you.
I didn't either.
I occupied myself with other things, and I was just waiting for Twitter to tell me what happened. I did
What's
not.
up, man?
Man,
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. Like I definitely was watching that on playback in Spody's playback. So I had that on my laptop, but I was watching the like Arizona like college football game on my main TV. I mean, the crazy thing about that whole fight situation, the card was like the two fights before the Tyson fight. Those fights was actually good though.
Yeah,
That,
they were.
they were good. I mean, I just don't know what people expect out of Mike. The man, 58 years old. Like, I don't know what you expect out of that man. I mean, the man could hardly move. I mean, I mean, to me, I mean, he won the first two rounds, and after that, he just I mean, the man leg, his knee wasn't good, so he was a sitting duck. So, I mean, he didn't get knocked out at least, but I guess it was what
I
it
got a
was.
question, right? So, Javante Davis always talking a little. I know we don't cover a lot of, but we cover sports. But do y'all really think Javante Davis would fight that man?
I don't
Who?
think Jake Paul would take the fight.
Nah, he ain't fight no real fighter, man.
No, no.
That shit was
Personally,
rigged.
mm, personally, like I think if Jake Paul gonna continue in this lane, stick to niggas within your realm. All these content creators turn athletes type shit. Like, go for that. But digging in the crates for your fighters, like that's lame to me, like in my opinion. But I understand it's a bag for the opponent. Like that's a lot of
Mm.
bread for a short amount of time. But I don't know. To me, it's just lame.
Yeah. I wish I could do that.
Well,
Because
he just handpicking people though. Like he can't. I mean, we talking about Tank. He can't fight Tank. I mean, he can't even fight the average boxer, like the boxer that's just fighting average fights. Because
Hania Hania beat his ass.
I mean, like
Bro,
he,
he fought Fury, and Fury beat his ass.
but that's not even the main Fury. Like that was Fury's
But
brother.
that's
Like
what I'm
Fury's brother,
saying.
and I mean, like
That's what I'm saying.
like the crazy about Fury's brother was Fury's brother is still new to the boxing situation. I think at that point he'd only fought like 8 or 9 fights, so it's not like he's this experienced guy. And he beat he beat the crap out that dude.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's like I was looking at how Javante was just talking, like, man, yeah, man, you lame for like beating up on an old ass man. I was just like, damn, if he get his hands on him, how does that fight end? Like,
It's going to end
Come
in the
on,
first
bro.
round. That's how it's going to end. I mean,
He gonna get a vicious left hook to the body, and it's gonna be like good night, Irene.
yeah,
that's
I just don't. It's just not gonna. If he got to fight a real boxer guy that been boxing his whole life, and I'm not even talking about on the championship level. I'm just talking about your average boxer that that just be fighting. That don't be fighting for titles.
No,
Like it's just not. It's not gonna end well. I mean, you couldn't. And see, I don't think he wanted to not. Like Mike is like an icon. 58. I don't think he wanted to. What I mean, like knock Mike out either.
yeah,
So because I just think it make you look bad. Like you knocked out a 58-year-old man. Like what does that really mean?
yeah. That's why I was like, they not even, like. This is I've seen this motherfucker spar. He's not even him. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, this is like completely two different people.
But I think they
And
also said that something was wrong with his knee or something like in the post
uh,
fight thing. It said something was wrong with his knee, but he ain't want to say it though.
Yeah, he had a brace on his knee. I ain't never seen him
uh,
with a brace on when he was.
yeah, Mike ain't no liar, man. I mean, it's okay. It was I mean, it wasn't sanctioned. You know what I'm saying? It was an exhibition to start. So I'm not mad that they had
Nah,
an agreement. Yeah.
nah, that shit was sanctioned. That wasn't no exhibition.
How?
Yeah, somebody got it
Because
sanctioned.
the last couple of fights, Paul has made it to where it's like he can build an actual record type shit.
Yeah, so I mean, like that loss
Um,
goes against Mike's record. I mean, I'm not holding against Mike or nothing like that.
oh, okay.
I don't know. He gonna run from
Well,
that.
if he didn't report an injury and he fought, then yeah, he would get in trouble. So I wouldn't say nothing.
But I mean, fighters do that. I feel like boxers do that all the
Yeah,
time, where like they like break a bone in their hand and they still want to fight because they want the bag,
yeah, yeah.
like they can still win. So, because I think what Wilder said it in his, I think he said it recently in his last fight. He I think he said it like a broken bone in his arm or something, but he still fought. He didn't really say nothing about it. He still fought, and he lost, but he did what he had to do, I guess.
Mm.
So
Hey, I don't know. Listen, I ain't see too many interesting college games today. To be
Yeah,
honest,
I looked at that and I was like, yeah.
now I think there's one big game.
so
Well,
I see two. So I'm gonna
I
start with
know
this one.
Oregon play. I forgot who they play, but I
yeah,
know
but
they
I don't
play.
think they really play anybody though.
Number 23 Missouri versus number 20 South Carolina, 21 South Carolina. South
Okay.
Carolina favored by 12 and a half. The
Damn.
over under is 42 and a half. Uh, I mean, in South, listen, this is funny, right? I was looking at this and I kept looking at it, right? South Carolina got a worse record than Missouri.
Yeah, but South Carolina's actually beating good
Some
teams.
good teams.
That's the difference, though. I mean, Missouri hasn't really beaten any, and the times that they come against real teams, they've gotten their back blown out.
Oh man.
So I mean,
Okay.
I
All
mean,
right.
to be honest, like I'll give you an example. When they played Texas A&M, Texas A&M was ranked 25th. They lost 41-10. They played Bama. They lost to Bama 34 to nothing. Like, and those are the only two games they lost, but those are the only really two teams that they really played. So that's why, and honestly, I don't even think Mizzou should be ranked. To be honest with you, I think they should be unranked, in my opinion. I'm not because I'm in the conference and I don't like Mizzou. I'm just they don't have any good wins. So I don't know how you can be ranked. I think their best win is against OU, and OU not even ranked. I mean, I guess you could say Vandy, they beat Vandy, but at the time Vandy wasn't ranked either. Um, versus South Carolina, like South Carolina beat Texas A&M 44-20. I mean, like they only took them boys to the woodshed. So, and I mean, like they also played Bama and they only lost by 2 points. So I mean, like even their losses are better.
Yeah,
So
I agree. Like to me, South Carolina has had more competitive games. There's only been like maybe a few games where you could say, okay, maybe they was unmatched, like overmatched in it. But South Carolina been playing tough.
Yeah, they got blown out by Ole Miss. That's like their only bad game, though. South Carolina. That's like the only bad game.
yeah, I mean, I don't mind the spread, but I mean, it's in South Carolina. Man, I could tell you, man, because like I mean, before we killed the division SEC, we had to go to South Carolina, like because like they're on our side of the SEC. Going to South Carolina is not an easy proposition, man. It's just not. And I think this is a night game, ain't it? No, nah, it's a fourth
Nah,
kickoff.
yeah.
It's not an easy proposition. Like I don't even know if Brady Cook is playing for Mizzou. I don't normally like taking these big spreads, but I could see South Carolina winning by 12. I can see them winning by 2 touchdowns, man. I mean, when I mean like the games that they've been clicking, they've I mean blown folk out. And like that D line is not a joke. Like that the talent they got on that D line is something serious, and they're all young. Some
Who?
guys are going to the league. Like they're all freshmen and sophomores, so they're going to be there.
Which team?
South Carolina. Like,
South Carolina. Right.
yeah. I mean, South Carolina's D line is for real. Like,
Yeah.
it's a real live thing. And then if you can't block them up, it's going to be a long day. And I'm not sure Missouri could do that. So I think so, I'm thinking that South Carolina can only cover the 12 and a half. Definitely thinking that the over under. I'll stay away from that because I mean, South Carolina, like, they can score on defense too. So, like, it could go over, but I don't. I mean, I wouldn't bet on it going over, but I'm just
Yeah.
so that's the way I see it.
Yeah, I'm taking South Carolina too. I think like the thing that South Carolina does well is like when they get you on the ropes, they got a run game that can pretty much like keep the ball out of the other team's hands. Like they can ground and pound you with both of their running backs pretty much, and just their defense stifle you. You three and out quick. You giving their offense a chance to keep the ball out your hands. Like that's how they win a lot of the games. Like and then they got they got good wide receiver play. You know what I'm saying? So I'm taking South Carolina. I'll take them minus the 10.
Yeah,
So,
I'm going South Carolina just because I think that defense is going to be the difference maker in this game. I particularly don't think Missouri is a good team. I know their record might state that, but I just think when they come against better
maybe we can hear
competition,
that.
Hey, what?
I think when they
Sound like a scraping noise.
yeah, I think when they came up against better competition, they got exposed, especially better defenses. That offense from Missouri got exposed, and so I'm just going South Carolina straight up.
So I see they 2 spots apart, but is South Carolina really 12 points better than them?
I think they are. Like I said
Okay.
earlier, I said earlier, man. Like I mean, Mizzou to me shouldn't be ranked.
At
Um,
all?
they shouldn't be ranked
Okay.
because they haven't. If you look at like, so I'll go down their schedule, right? So they beat Murray State 51-0. They beat Buffalo 38-0. They beat Boston College 27-21. I think at the
Okay.
time Boston College was ranked 24th. They beat Vandy 30-27. They weren't ranked. They lost to Texas A&M at Texas A&M 41-10.
Oh,
Um, they beat UMass 45-3. They beat Auburn 21-17. They lost at Bama 34-0.
yeah.
They beat OU 30-23. They have not beat
Oh, you who?
the Sooners, but the
Oh,
Sooners
okay.
aren't that good this
Okay.
year though.
I mean, I mean,
So
I
so
see your argument, but they did what they had to do versus the teams they were supposed to do it against. And
they were
and
supposed to beat Texas because that. So here's another note, right? When they got killed by Texas A&M, who was 25th, they were ranked ninth in the country. So they weren't favored. They were favored I'm not sure. They might have not
oh,
been.
Missouri was ranked ninth
Yeah,
at some point in the season.
yeah. They were.
Yes,
Oh shit, I didn't know
they
that.
were
Okay.
they were in the top 10, top 15 for a good portion
So
of the
was they
year.
like 4-0, 5-0, some shit?
I think they're like 4-0 or something like that.
4-0? Okay.
And then they went into Texas A&M, and then they got massacred in that game. And after that, like they've been in the low teens, low 20s ever since. So, but yeah, I mean, like I think that week they played Texas A&M, I picked them money line to win that game, and
Yeah.
then and they made me look real dumb. So I'm just like, and I've watched them play over the last couple of weeks, and I just don't like what I see out of them. I don't like the prospects of them trying to go up against that South Carolina defense because that South Carolina defense is good. So,
Yeah. Okay.
but I mean, hey, I mean, like this is why you play the games. I mean, like we'll see today, but I just don't have much
Yeah.
faith.
All right. We got number 7 Tennessee versus number 12 Georgia. Georgia favored by 9. Over under is 46.
Yeah, I mean, it's my team, so I'll go first. I don't like the line. I'm gonna be honest with you. The way my offense has been playing, like I don't like. I think we'll win the game, but I don't. I do not think we're covering 9 points. I think it's going to be a much closer game than that. I mean, if you look at Tennessee statistics, I think Tennessee has the number one rushing attack in the SEC, and then I believe against the defense against the run in the country is like top 10 in the country. So I don't like I don't get the line because like Nico got cleared, who's the quarterback. And I mean, he got cleared off the concussion protocol last night, and the line didn't move. And I get the spot. Like Kirby hasn't lost 2 back-to-back games in SEC in a very long time, but this Georgia team is flawed. I said it weeks ago. Like Carson Beck not going to win you nothing, bro. Like, and it's just, I mean, I didn't really have that much faith in him going into the season. But watching him play week in and week out, he's just not that good. He doesn't see the coverages like he's supposed to. He turns over the ball way too much, and it's not all on him. I mean, like the offensive line has not played well this whole season. Like they've been injured a good portion of the season, but they haven't played well. The wide receivers drop a lot. I think we're number 1 in drops in like in college football. Like whether you're talking about like FCS or like FBS. So I mean like the wide receiver group doesn't catch the football. ETN, the transfer we got from Florida, he's not playing today. So I don't get the -9. I guess it's all up based off of Kirby Smart got embarrassed at Ole Miss last week. So they figure that we'll come back that much stronger this week. I do like Georgia in the game. Like I like him more at like a 3 or 4 point victory somewhere in there. But the -9, like I just would not mess around with that. The 46.5, I see this game going under because these are 2 running teams. So I don't like. I mean, like unless you get some explosive plays somehow, I don't see how this game goes over 46.5. I really do. I think it's going to be a very low scoring game. Something like maybe like a 2017, maybe 24-17 or 24-21 kind of game. It's kind of games that I see. Tennessee. I mean, like as far as props goes, I do love the running back from Tennessee, Sampson, to get in the end zone. I mean, if you could take Carson Beck for a pick, I would definitely do that. Because I think last week he was pretty careful with the ball. He only threw 1 pick last week. Those are really the only props that I would really play in this game. Like, because I just think, like I said, I think it's going to be a very low scoring game.
I'm scared to put money on Georgia. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I mean, I don't blame you.
But I'm usually pretty confident putting my money out there. I'm like, yeah, you know what? We'll take Georgia, but like Carson Beck scares me, bro. Like he played some like that last game. Like I think it was an accumulative dissolve, right? Because like he had those games before that when he threw all the picks, but y'all were able to like fight back into the game and get your feet. Like this one, it was just like he didn't throw a lot of picks last week, but y'all couldn't get back into the game even when he wasn't turning the ball over. And it was just like y'all were kind of like tired, man. It was just like it didn't seem like y'all had like I don't know, the energy that Georgia usually brings to the table when y'all playing a big game. It seemed like y'all just kind of went in there like on autopilot. I don't know. Like, and I'm hoping like it was just a 1 week one off. Like you go in here, they come to Georgia and you know what I'm saying, you beat Tennessee, but I mean Tennessee been playing some good football. Georgia usually is pretty good at playing Tennessee. With a little bit of doubt in my heart, I'm gonna take Georgia money line. Carson Beck need to not turn the ball over there.
I mean, good luck with that.
I mean, he been on a streak of turning that.
He's gonna turn over the ball, man.
God damn, he need to check that too.
Nah, I would definitely take Carson Beck's over interceptions. He at least gets one. At least one. At least in the last couple of games. But I don't know with this because Tennessee's inconsistent play has me worried to take them. And Georgia, same thing. The offense to me just hasn't performed at the level that I think they could. I like Georgia to edge them out just because I think they're the more talented team going into this. But if I could drop that over underline to maybe like 40.5 or something like that, I would do that. 46.5, I'm not quite sure that will get hit, but I think this can be a low scoring game so the teams can get like 20, 21 points. I would take the line like 40.5 over, but I wouldn't take the 9.5 spread just because I can't trust Georgia to win by 10 points or more.
All right, so do y'all got any other game y'all want to cover? Because I mean that's kind of the book of what I've seen.
Let me just look at the slate real quick.
Fairly cover, but shout out Tulane. You know, they've been playing really well. I think they have a chance to potentially make the college football playoffs in the group of five. I think it's going to be a really competitive race in the group of five to see who gets that spot. And I just want to shout out Tulane. They've been playing really good ball.
I just highlight so I mean, Colorado got a noon kickoff, right? So it's Utah, Colorado, right? The only reason I'm highlighting this game is because Colorado needs to they need to win out to make the Big 12 championship game. And if they do that, I think they'll go against Iowa State. I forgot what school. It's either Iowa State or I think it's actually BYU. They'll go against BYU because BYU hasn't lost. So I mean, like a lot of people didn't expect Colorado to do anything this year, but if Colorado can win out and get to that game, they can actually make if they were to beat BYU in the Big 12 championship game, they could actually make the college football playoff. So for them, like the next 3 weeks are really big games for them. So I mean, like you can definitely tune in for those games. I mean, like the thing about Utah is like they got a good defense, but their offense isn't good because I mean their quarterback who's been playing for like a decade, I feel like is just Cam Rising stay injured and he's hurt again. So I mean, like they got the running quarterback in there. So yeah, I mean, like you watch it for Colorado, and I mean, like I actually think it's going to be a good game, but I do think Colorado is definitely going to win that game.
Yeah, I was just going to say the same thing you were saying. Like, shout out to Colorado. I mean, they kind of hold their fate at this point. I mean, stacking dubs at this point and get them where they want to go. I took them boys on the season, Mick, for the 4.5 over.
Who are Colorado?
Yeah.
And you cast that bitch out two
what? Right, it was like +5 too. I was like, let me put a little something on this. I think they're going over 4.5.
Easy. That shit was easy.
But I took it like early, and then they put out a line for like the 5.5. I was gonna take the 5.5, and I was like, I don't know if they're gonna win 6 games. I think they're gonna win like 5, maybe 6.
Okay.
And now them boys sitting at
7-2. Them boys gonna make the college football playoff if they're not careful. So
I think they hold their own destiny. I think they could beat BYU to be honest.
Well, BYU plays Kansas State or
I think so.
No, Kansas. They play the Jayhawks. And Kansas upset Iowa State last week, and I was very surprised. They blew them out. And going into this game, BYU is, I think the line I saw at the time, it was -3.5 at home against Kansas. I don't know what the book is trying to say, but that's a game I'm actually going to watch to see what happens. Because if Kansas is able to upset BYU, I think it gets a little bit easier for Colorado, especially going into the Big 12 championship game.
Yeah, I didn't even realize they played today either. That's going to be an interesting one.
But yeah, I mean, college football, like there's not a bunch of games, but it's getting like I think after this week you get as you get closer to Thanksgiving, like you get like the real live rivalry games and stuff like that. So I mean, there should be good stuff coming up.
Hey man, shout out to Georgia Tech, baby. Hey.
Yeah, you a nasty nigga, man.
Hey, nah, they do it. They did it back to back. Hey, Georgia Tech beat Miami. Let's go. The most fraudulent, undefeated team I've seen.
Shout out to Georgia Tech, baby.
Y'all some nasty niggas, man.
Hey, Certified, you want to give a shout out to Georgia Tech, bro?
And then he must have stepped away.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man.
Bunch of nasty niggas, man.
Certified, you there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah. Hey man. I mean, go tech or whatever the fuck they say. I'm with it. I don't know what they say, but yeah, I'm with it. It last weekend was a pretty good weekend. It was a pretty good weekend.
But the funny thing is, I'm not like what I'm about to say is I'm not saying that the Chiefs are fraudulent, but like Miami was doing the same shit the Chiefs was doing. The niggas was barely winning week in and week out, and then somebody finally got to them, and that's kind of what I see with the Chiefs about to happen at some point. Not to say they're about to get blown out like the Hurricanes, and I ain't saying all that now, but I just think that they're gonna catch a loss at some point. But yeah, I mean, what I mean? Like Miami been on they've been on the cusp of losing, bro. Like I mean, they should have lost that game against Tech,
Yeah,
Virginia Tech.
yeah,
They should have
yeah,
lost
yeah.
that game, to be honest. But yeah,
They got pushed around. They had some moments. I'll give them that. It was they fought back, uh, but they yeah, they got pushed around a little bit.
but I mean that shouldn't surprise anybody because like Miami is built, they're built from the outside in. Like I mean, like their offensive line is pretty good. It's young though, but it's pretty good. But like they got a lot of skill. They got a lot of good wide receivers, good running back, good quarterback. I mean, that's how the offense is built. So I mean, like I mean, like they get a lot of chunk plays. So I mean, you go against a team like Georgia Tech that want to run the football, that want to dominate you in the trenches. That's what can happen.
I would say shout out to Florida State, but they ain't fire everybody, so I'm gonna hold on.
He said they ain't fire everybody. That's crazy.
Man,
You
I can't.
missed the main mole rat. You supposed to fire him too. The head coach, he go
Uh,
with all them. They all go out the door. You don't need
man,
I'm
nobody.
just
Contract,
saying,
it's,
you firing the coach after going undefeated and your team get gutted the way y'all did by the draft or players just moving on. Like, just give them another shot. That's my opinion. Like, it's gonna be hard times to like kind of rebuild the program up. You had a lot of talent leave.
But it wasn't about. To me, it ain't about the talent that left. It's about the result. Like when you see players, like when I'm watching the game and I can clearly see the backup better than the starter, but because you gave him some NIL money, you just go with the flow. You're like, we paid him $800,000. We ain't played no better since DJ hit the field than we did since he been benched. Like we could have been building something. If you was gonna build something, you might as well have built it. If you knew the talent was gone, you should have just built it from the jump. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to put a few pieces on the field with a couple dollars of NIL money and think you fixing it. You know what I'm saying? Like we thought happened. I thought if you was gonna take the losses, you might as well have thrown the rookies out there in the first place.
I agree. Cause what you gonna lose at this point in the season? You're like your playoff chances are gone, your bowl eligibility chances are gone. Get them young guys work.
You went 7 or 8 games where DJU wasn't doing nothing. When you could have been benched him. You could have been, hey, look, it's been 4 games. We might as well go with the rookie at this point. Look how many recruits we losing. Pop, like I ain't just firing him for what he doing as just a coach, but like nobody wants to play for you. Nobody wants to come to Florida State while you a head coach. And I'm pretty sure if I see it, I know that the boosters see it, but they just paid him, so they like we really
Yeah,
don't
I
want to
was gonna
buy his
say, what
contract
is
out.
his buyout?
His
Because
He
bio,
that
just
might
signed
be.
he just signed an extension at the end of the last season.
his bio is something ridiculous though. That's why he's not getting fired.
He
Yeah,
just
because I'm like,
extended,
his
bro.
buyout might be too crazy that they just like we just gonna
Like
stick with it.
Pop, they extended him right before we played Georgia in that bowl game.
Yeah,
Where
so
y'all got blew out.
Yeah, the
yeah,
game we got
so
blowed out. He got a big extension right before that.
yeah, so I just
Man,
looked at it right. If you want to buy out Mike Norvell as of today, you'd have to give him $64 million.
holy shit.
So that's why he's not going nowhere. But the thing is, I think after next year, like the buyout goes down to like 10 million. So
Yeah, they're gonna give him another season probably. I mean, I
yeah,
understand it, but I just I would have said shout out to them, but you know.
I
We
mean,
don't know yet.
but see, here's the problem I see with that is like you bring him back and you want to fire him, and then like what happens if he actually has a good season? You know, I mean, like then you can't fire him no more. So I mean, it's kind of like to me, it's a real tenuous situation.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know. Y'all gave him the extension so he wouldn't go to Bama, and I mean, like now that shit just look foolish. So I mean, then you should just let that man go.
Yeah. All right. So I guess let's get into this NFL, man. Thursday night football. Commanders played the Eagles. Commanders 18, Eagles 26. Shout out to Saquon Barkley. He went absolutely retarded. Um, this game was like semi-personal, right? Because this is the one game, like Mick, I was trying to like just talk football, and everything I was saying is like, they ain't did this to me. They ain't did that to me. And it was like going in spaces, talking to people, trying to be reasonable. And then, it was just like they didn't want to listen to reason. They told me Saquon what wasn't possible. He was getting over 50 yards. He had played them over like 6 times, never had more than 50 plus yards against them on the ground.
But see, that killed me when you comparing Saquon when he played for the Giants versus when he played for the Eagles. Them rosters ain't the same. They're not even close to being the same.
Then they told me my rookie cornerback hadn't played any good wide receivers. And then when we start naming the people he played, no, they not Terry. Like, so who is Terry McLaurin? Like, is he top 3? I mean, where's he at on the list? No, he middle of the pack. So he better than Jamar Chase. No, he not better than Chase. All right, well, he played pretty well
So
against Chase.
where do they have Terry McLaurin ranked in terms of?
They wouldn't give me a rank. But every time I named
like top 10, top 5, top 15.
They said they got an argument between each other because when the one dude said he was top 10, then
nah, that nigga not top 10.
They were like, oh no, he like top 15. But when I was naming like Mike Evans, he played pretty good against Mike Evans.
Nah,
he ain't Terry. So what?
Terry is like
Terry to me is like 18,
20.
19, 20. Like,
yeah, he in the yeah.
I mean, but so here's the thing, like for any Commander fans that's listening, no disrespect, it's not bad being the 18th best wide receiver in the league. It's not a bad thing. Everybody can't be top 5, top 10. It don't work that way. And I mean,
there's too many good wide receivers.
And I mean, guarantee you, if you a top 5, top 10 wide receiver, you don't get shut down, bro. I don't give a damn. I mean, you can be going against PS2. You don't get shut down. That's the way this way it works. I mean, Jamar Chase don't get shut down. I mean, Tyreek Hill for the most part don't get shut down. Jettis don't get shut down. Like these are the niggas I'm naming in the top 5 that don't get like St. Brown don't get shut down. Like
Puka
don't get shut down.
Even Cup on that team.
You gonna like, and when we say not get shut down, I'm saying at least 50, 60.
Yeah, I mean, like you at least getting 50. You're not going 1 for 10, bro. You're not doing that.
2 targets, 1 catch, 10 yards, whole game.
And I mean, trust me. I mean, like I like Scary Terry. Like, I don't got no issue with him, but we gotta be honest. Like at some point, you just gotta be honest when you ranking these players. And I mean, trust me. I mean, I would love to rank. I mean, like my quarterback like top 5. But I know the nigga ain't top 5. I know that. He a rookie. You're not there. He's not even in the top 10. I wouldn't even put him in the top 15 or probably in the top 20 because he's a rookie. And he only played 4 or 5 games. So I mean, like you just got to be honest with yourself. Like I get it. He played for y'all. Like you love the guy. Cool. But I mean, but you got to take them like commander glasses off sometimes. That's all.
I mean, but ultimately, to get into what the game was like a fight at first. It was a little back and forth. I think my quarterback probably shouldn't have been playing after the first quarter, but I'm not the NFL concussion protocol examiner or whatever the hell. But neither here nor there. Game was close. Jaden Daniels wasn't able to really get his offense rolling. Jalen Hurts was missing wide open throws. He looked cockeyed. He kept rubbing his head. It just seemed like he was concussed early in that game to me. But then all of a sudden it seemed like everything was going wrong because then Jake Elliott couldn't hit field goals. I've never seen Jake Elliott miss that many field goals in a game, extra point, whatever you want to call it. He was what, 2 for 4, making field goals and extra points combined. Like it's kind of weird. And then Saquon kind of just did what Saquon did, like kind of took over. He found a couple open lanes for 2 long touchdowns. He was able to score. And my defense again kind of played, how they've been playing since the bye week. Um, Number one passing defense, EPA, points per game, pretty much. Playing pretty solid defense, man. So um, I think the Commanders are a good team. People are trying to downplay, the team now that they, taking more losses. But I think it was just a matter of veteran versus rookie. You know what I mean? You got a guy in Vic Fangio who understands what to do with rookie quarterbacks, how to confuse them, how to make things look how you wanted to do. Like I seen some tape where they showed some like defensive concept I've kind of never seen. He had like zone all around the boundary, but inside the zone they was playing man. It was just like I never see. Like he was doing stuff that I guess Jaden Daniels, and he wasn't giving up the rush lane. So I think we played a good game. I know the score seems closer than maybe it should have been, but I really felt like they did get a garbage time touchdown. So
I mean, when I look at the game, I mean, like, so everybody know on this show, man. Like, I was pumping up Jaden Daniels all summer, man. I wanted to draft him and all that. Everybody know that. What I seen out of him just kind of let me know, and I'm not the one to make excuses, but like, you don't heal from a rib injury in a week. It doesn't work that way. And I watched him at LSU. I watched him early in the season, and just like when he was about to get hit, he was bracing for hits. And normally JD don't brace for hits like that. You don't do that. So, I mean, I do think his ribs are bothering him. But if you step, like if you step between them lines, I'm not giving you that excuse. I'm just not doing it. So he possibly had his worst game of the season. He's a rookie. I mean, that's why like a lot of us when we rank players, like we don't like to put rookies in top 5s and top 10s. I don't like to do it because it's just not enough body of work. I mean, and you got to just let the kid grow. And I mean, he's only 10 games in, like what was like 10, 11 games in. He's still young in his career. So he's got a lot of development to do. There are definitely certain things he could do better, but you got to give it to the Eagles, man. There's a reason why a lot of people pick the Eagles to win this division. Like I picked them preseason to win this division because I felt like they had the best roster in the division. And I personally felt like their defense was going to be a lot better. And I thought it was going to take some time for the defense to gel because they added a lot of pieces in the draft. And I mean, those pieces were in the secondary, and I think those pieces are starting to gel a little bit. Like I think they're starting to come together. I think there's a stat out there like since like week 5, like they're like number 1 in like DVOA or something like that. This is some weird stat. So I just think they're starting to turn it up, and they're also going to get to the harder part of their schedule coming up too. Like they got some tough games coming up. And the Eagles are the Eagles are where they want to be. And for the Commander fans, like let's just be honest. I didn't expect y'all to be 7-4. I don't know, maybe y'all did, but a lot of people did not expect y'all to be in this position. Like y'all still in the playoffs. That's still a goal that you can reach. You still play the Eagles one more time. And you get them in DC or like Landover or I'm not 100% like exactly where y'all play. So I mean wherever y'all play, that's where you got them at later in the season. So I mean the division ain't over yet. Like it's only week 11.
J Mick, they ain't beat us in Landover in a long time, brother.
I feel you, but they also haven't had Jaden Daniels either. So I mean they haven't had a quarterback either. So I feel what you're saying. I get it, but I'm just saying like they still got it. They're only 2 games behind y'all. So shit ain't over. That's all I'm saying. I don't expect them to win a division. I mean like just just to be transparent. But yeah, I mean like I like what I seen from the Eagles, man. Like. I knew Saquon going there was going to be a problem for people. Like when you add Saquon to AJ Brown and Smitty and like Dallas, Goddard, like you add him to all that, that's a lot that you got to defend. I mean, I'm gonna just be honest, it's a lot you got to defend. And I just like I expect Saquon to have these kind of games, like where he might not do a lot for a certain period of time, and then he just break open. And so I mean, that's what you got. So
Yeah, I agree. For me, the difference maker in this game was going to be Saquon. I know the Commanders' defense went against Derrick Henry, and they were able to kind of contain him for the most part. But kind of the same thing happened in this game where Henry found a lane, Saquon found a lane, and then they started exploiting it. And Saquon went crazy. You had over, it was what, 998, no, it was 198 all purpose yards and 2 touchdowns. Like, he went dumb, and the Commanders' defense couldn't find an answer for him. I think, I personally think maybe it was a safety or a cornerback that was supposed to play contain on some of them long runs that was playing out of position, had a poor angle that allowed Saquon to go off like that and not have players in position to make this tackle. But I agree with what J Mick said. Like, this is not over. The Commanders could still win 10 games, 9 games, and still be a wild card team. Like, it's not over. And I think even with that, you've exceeded expectations that a lot of people had for you. So not winning the division this year, that's not a bad thing. Like, you got a rookie quarterback who's exceeded expectations, and just take it for what it is, enjoy the ride, and retool and rebuild, next year. Because you got the pieces there, you got the young talent there. Just continue adding to it.
As far as the game go, it was kind of sloppy, but at the end of the day, uh, Philly won the game, and I think the Commanders got a good thing going. They're not ready yet. Um, like they'll win some games, but they're not they're not competitor ready yet. I don't think they will be next year either. They got some ways to go. I mean, their core pieces are kind of young, so they're going to get better. Like the new guys don't really win early, um, most times. So, um, yeah, I mean, I think the game would be different when Jaden Daniels comes back and when they play in Landover or whatever. Um, I think the game would be a little different. Hopefully Jalen plays better. Because if he if Jaden is healthy, he could move around, extend some plays, pick up some first downs, extend some drives. That could be time of possession can be a difference maker if he plays the same way again. So hopefully they can figure that out or whatever. Um, what's my man name? Dan Quinn, whatever he was cooking up or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because they're definitely going to try to stop Saquon next time. I mean Saquon broke their back. So whatever adjustments that they make in the passing game, they got to fix that shit because Dan is definitely going to be going after that run game next time they line that shit up.
You got Ravens versus Steelers. Ravens -3. Over under is 48.5. This is gonna be an interesting game. I'm kind of surprised it's an early game. I thought this game should have got flexed. But I think this is an interesting matchup. This got a lot of implications on it, right? Steelers win. Do they move to first place?
Steel's already in first place.
Oh,
Actually,
so they extend the lead in first place.
yeah, I think it'll be a bad game. Yeah.
So this
But I think
basically this basically an Eagles Commanders matchup, basically for the division again type deal.
yeah, it's a tight. So yeah, same type of situation. But I think one team has played one more game than the other. I think.
I think it's the Ravens.
Mm.
in the division
Yeah,
because
Ravens got a game.
The
Yeah,
Steelers are just getting into their divisional games right now.
this is
In this
basically the
part,
same exact matchup. Wow.
yeah,
Yeah,
Ravens
I think
7-3, Steelers 7-2.
yeah, but
Ravens Steelers win. They go up a game and a half.
but I think the difference is the Steelers actually play well in the divisional. That's the only difference though. They don't tend to have too many problems. Like I think they went 5-1 last year in the division, so that's where it's a little bit different.
Hey, we don't struggle in the division.
No, I didn't say you struggle. I'm just saying like in their division they don't struggle like versus
Yeah,
the
they
other.
beat. I mean, didn't they sweep? They already swept somebody, right?
No, the Steelers haven't played any division games yet.
no,
Who
this
got
is.
swept?
I think this is their first
I
division
think
game.
the Bengals got swept by the Ravens.
Yeah,
They're,
Bengals got swept by the Ravens.
Right.
Browns
actually, let me check.
lost.
I'm not sure. I didn't think the Steelers played in division. Well, no, actually they might have. Nah, the Steelers haven't played any division games yet.
Yeah, all their division games are at this part of their schedule. So
Oh man.
I
I
think
mean,
this matchup, in my opinion, this is going to be
Dang, and they
really
got a
going to.
slew of
Mm-hmm.
division game, 4 straight.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean the Browns aren't going to give them any problems. I mean, I don't think the Browns have the offense to give their defense issues.
I think their biggest test will be the Ravens, in my opinion.
think the
Because the
Bengals will too,
Steelers
though.
don't have problems with the Bengals.
Yeah, but I think the Bengals offense, if T Higgins plays in both of them games, like it gives them like another dimension to that offense. I think I'm not saying the Steelers losing them games, but I think the Bengals can challenge their defense though.
I agree, but the thing is, the Bengals have had T. Higgins and Jamar Chase playing the Steelers, and they've, had the Steelers have had no issues with them. So I don't know if that changes, especially with how porous that Bengals defense is. Um, I think the Steelers offensively will be able to um, take advantage of that, and that Steelers defense has been playing pretty good ball. So that's what the edge I give them over the Bengals. I'm not saying they're gonna sweep them. I'm just saying it's gonna be competitive matchups, and I think easily they can split with the Bengals. But this matchup, listen, I don't know because both these offenses are pretty solid. Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, the way Lamar Jackson has been throwing the ball, I think his elevation in the past game has been pretty good. Russell Wilson able to unlock the offense that Arthur Smith wants to be able to do. Najee Harris kind of getting his legs up under him, having consistent 100-yard rush games. George Pickens playing pretty good ball. I think offensively this will be a really good game, but to me the difference maker is the Steelers defense. Like I can't. TJ Watt is a game wrecker. He may only play on one side primarily, but he can wreck a game easily. Getting to the quarterback, disrupting the run, playing contain. And also I think the Steelers offensively will be able to take advantage against the poor passing defense the Ravens have. So I like the Steelers in this.
Nick.
Um, this game is a close game to me. I mean, there's a reason why. I mean, they're favoring the Ravens. I think Vegas loves Lamar Jackson, man. Like, I gotta go with the Vegas,
Yeah.
man. Like, I mean, like Lamar. I don't got no problem with Lamar. Like, I love how Lamar plays the game. I'm cool with I don't like. I mean, for me, I don't have a problem with like Lamar, nothing like that. But I just think as bad as their defense has been, like I can't pick them against the Steelers because the Steelers got a good defense. Like, and I mean they know how to play the Ravens. Like, they beat the Ravens twice last year, and they ain't had no quarterback. Let's be honest. Like Kenny Pickett was their quarterback. They didn't have a quarterback, and they still found ways to beat the Ravens. So you telling me now with an actual quarterback and Russell Wilson who's played pretty well that they're not going to win this game? And I just don't see it. I mean, like Mike Williams, they trade for Mike Williams. He caught a touchdown last week. Pickens is a beast on the outside. I mean, Najee's playing the best he's probably played as a pro. Jalen Warren is, Jalen Warren is back healthy. The only thing their defense is missing is like Highsmith, because Highsmith is out for this game. Um, yeah, I'm riding with the Steelers, man. Give me Steelers money line. I just like their defense better. I just think they're gonna put the Ravens, like offensive positions that they don't want to be in. And for me, it comes down to TJ Watt, man. TJ Watt's a game wrecker. And if the game's close going down the stretch, he tends to make the game defining play. And so like that's why I like the Steelers in this game.
Yeah, I didn't know that the Steelers were the dogs here. I was shocked at that because aren't they first in their division?
Yes, they are.
Yeah,
They are. They are.
yeah.
I
I
think
just
I think it's about like half a game, but they're
what?
first.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. I like Pittsburgh strength way more than I like Baltimore strength. And like Baltimore strength is that offense and Pittsburgh's is that defense. I think they're like fifth in rush defense. Um, I don't know about this, man. And I know they get Hamilton back, right? Or didn't Baltimore get like a safety back?
They said he got a high ankle sprain. I don't know how the hell he's going to play in this game with a high ankle sprain. He just got it 10 days ago. But that's what I've been hearing is he's going to play. I don't know how though.
Maybe they going like numb it up or something. I don't know.
Uh,
But nonetheless, man. I don't think that I think that Pittsburgh is playing the best football right now, just overall. But like that defense, I agree with what Pop said, man. Like when the lights get really bright, TJ Watt is always at the front of the line. That motherfucker be at the front of the line before the lights even come on, man. Like I don't know what the fuck. I think he should be drug tested after every game. Like they should meet him in the tunnel. Um, he just wreck shit, yo. You know what I'm saying? He got like a Patrick Mahomes effect on the defensive side of the ball. Like, don't let the shit be close. Don't put the shit in his hands.
Yeah, a certified.
It
You right. Kyle Hamilton is returning.
okay, yeah. Um, I don't know, man. I just feel like Pittsburgh playing a better ball right now. I do. But it is as far as props, man. I think Henry might break one. He might hit his yards. I don't know if he gonna hit his carries though. Um, that's that's pretty much it. But I'm taking the Steelers, man. I'm gonna take the money line on that.
yeah, actually, I didn't give you no props. Let me give you a couple quick props. Let me get Derrick Henry for 50 yards. He's at least gonna get the 50 yards. I mean,
Hmm.
like his
I
line,
agree. Yeah.
his line probably like 70, 80. I'm not sure what that deep. I'm not sure about all that. Give me Zay 5 for 50. Hopefully Zay get that in the first half because that they don't throw to that nigga at all in the second half. Um, and for anytime touchdowns in this game, I like Najee for an anytime touchdown, and I like Lamar for a anytime touchdown too.
Man, give me that GP anytime Tutty, man. I gotta go. I've been rolling with it for a few weeks. George Pickens anytime. He seemed to get open for Russ, man, and Russ throw that rainbow, and somehow George just know how to catch that. Cause that's hey, listen, hey J Mick, every time he throw it, bro, it be so high. I just be like, it's no way George Pickens catching it.
Yeah, man. They call that shit a moonball for a reason, man.
Super moon ball. But yeah, I'm taking I don't really know, man. Like I like the Ravens, but I also like the Steelers playing like good defense. You know what I'm saying? And everything plays down to who can get who defense breaks first. I think the Ravens
Yeah.
probably end up giving it up because I don't really like their defensive stance that much. And TJ Watt, they don't. I mean, if they don't stop that boy, He gonna have a field day,
Oh,
and they struggling on that side of the offensive line right now. That's where they giving up the most pressures at on that right side. But don't I think they got like one of they dudes that they don't like on the line, but they can't stop TJ. It's gonna be a long night. I'm taking
yeah.
Steelers money
I
line.
don't. Y'all think he gonna get 19 carries?
Who?
Derek.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean,
Because I think they're gonna need Lamar to run more against Pittsburgh.
I think the issue you might fall into with his rushing attempts is that you got. So I mean, Keaton Mitchell, they was activated last week. I think they're gonna get him more in the game, and then you also got Justice Hill. They got a lot of backs. He could get the 20 carries, but I mean, they'd have to be up a large majority of the game for me seeing him getting 19 carries though.
Yeah, I agree.
We got Jaguars versus Lions. Lions favored by 14. Over under is 46 and a half.
Man, listen, listen. This Lions about to have their way with these boys, man. Um, this you know how them niggas get down. Like Detroit will run that shit up on your ass. They don't have no problem celebrating in your face, dog. Detroit will fucking embarrass you if you let them. And that's probably what's gonna happen. They probably gonna have their way with Jacksonville. Um, you might as well take anything as far as Detroit's offense. The props though, take
Bro,
everything.
I'm gonna tell you like this though. Hold on. Listen, don't take everything because if they can run the ball, don't take golf for nothing. Because last time I took him and I thought we could take everything, he got 80 damn yards.
But didn't he have like 4 touchdowns or some shit like that?
Yeah, but yeah, no. Yeah, no, that was the week. Yeah, he did have 4 touchdowns. They had like 3 rushes. They had
Yeah,
like seven
yeah. Take
touchdowns.
his yeah. Don't take his temps or his yards. Take his
Just take the
touchdowns.
30.
But yeah, but everybody else, yeah, take that shit.
I'm with certified man. I'm not gonna go into details. Like the Jaguars, Mac Jones is playing, bro. Like that's all I gotta. That nigga's
Yeah,
the starting quarterback right now. Because honestly, I think they're actively trying to tank. I think they're sitting Trevor out on
yeah.
purpose. Because
I
I mean,
agree.
I don't know exactly what I think he got like a shoulder situation. So I don't even know what the injury really is. But I think they're doing this because they got the number one draft pick right now. They keep losing. They're gonna stay in that
Yeah,
spot. Um,
man. Jacksonville keep a top 10 pick, boy.
and I mean for
Shit.
them, but for them it's advantageous because they don't need a quarterback. They just signed Trevor Lawrence. They're not drafting a
Yeah,
quarterback. So they're gonna end up trading that pick and getting draft capital for it. So I get it. But going back to this game, man, I'm not one to love these big lines in the NFL, but I just don't. This could be a Lions Titan situation where the Lions put up 50 points on these boys. It could be that way. The way it can be. This shit could, and it's in Detroit. If it was
yeah,
in Jacksonville, I might not say that the Lions will score 50, but this is in Detroit after the Lions had a bad offensive performance with Jared Goff throwing 5 picks against the Texans. I don't see how this game is close. Um, I see the Lions winning by at least 30, at least. For props, I'm not taking no Jaguars for no props in this game. I'm
nah,
gonna say that right now. I'm not taking none of
uh,
them boys for nothing.
no sir.
Um, give me both running backs for the Lions for touchdowns. Sam Laporte is out, so I'm definitely taking Jamo for a touchdown. I'm definitely taking St. Brown for a touchdown. You might want to even go the route of
Oh
taking both running backs for 2 touchdowns if you want to be real.
man,
If you want to be frisky,
take take all say Brown shit.
yeah, that's what I'm
His
saying.
his his targets, his receptions, his yards, his touchdowns. I'll take all that.
The only thing that worries me in this game is that if you take any passing props or any receiving prop, if they get up too quick, that's the only thing that would concern me. But
Yeah,
I just think the Lions had a bad game. The quarterback turned over the ball 5 times. I just think that they're gonna come out and they're gonna try to rectify their offense this week. Not that it was bad, but they just turned over the ball way too much. And I just see them going crazy.
hey,
Yeah, I agree. I would even take all purpose yards for Gibbs and Montgomery. I think both these running backs are gonna get a lot of work in this game. I'll even take Mac Jones over interceptions.
Oh yeah.
as well. That's a play I would take. I just think the Lions is just gonna dominate. Like to the point that's been made, you had a gritty win against the Texans where your offense didn't perform at the standard you expected, and being at home, coming off of a tough win like that, I think Ben Johnson is gonna have something to prove, and I think this offense is just gonna be dominant. I don't think there's anybody that's gonna be able to slow down St. Brown, even JMO, because he's quick and he can easily get behind the secondary. So I just think this is gonna be a dominating performance. And yeah, the Jaguars, I don't think they're really playing for anything right now. Having Mac Jones being your starter, you already know like your season is kind of over at that point. So
You said they actively take it, Mick. Who they taking for though? Anything? Best player available?
I think they're trying to get they're either going to get a left tackle or a defensive tackle. I think, because they pretty much set at the wide receiver in the first round at least. Because I mean they drafted Brian Thomas Jr., so they're not going to draft another wide receiver again. They traded away their left tackle to the Vikings, Cam Robinson. So I think they're in the market for that left tackle situation. But sadly enough, this draft, the two guys that were at everybody top of their boards ain't really. I mean, Will Campbell, there's chatter that he might be a guard. And I mean, Will ain't exactly played his best season. And then the boy Banks Jr. for Texas. I mean, he's had some good games and he has some questionable games. So like the top of the tackle class ain't exactly hitting the way people thought going into the season. So I mean, it's either that or they just trade. Well, this is what I'm saying. They got the number one pick. They could trade with the Raiders and other teams, or they could get up to one. And they could trade down to maybe 3, 4, 5, and then they could take Will Campbell or Banks Jr. at like 4 or 5. I mean, that's if I'm them, that's what I'd be looking at. But I mean, certified right, man. Like Jacksonville routinely draft in the top 10, man. That's kind of what they do.
It's kind of sad right here too.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of sad. We had a little bit of hope for them, a little bit, and then they just said, you know what? All that hope y'all have, I'm gonna show you what to do with it. I'm taking the Lions, obviously. You can give me Lions minus 14.
I ain't taking them, baby.
Nah, bro, they do all that. We almost made it. We did this. We was in first place. It was just bad coach. Listen, as long as they believe in Press Taylor, that's what that offense gonna look like. And I really don't know what they're doing on defense.
But I think that coach staff about to get fired, though, man.
I think the whole coaching staff. I think they're gonna clear the whole house. But hey, listen. Any other team that please, if you want to coach, please sign Doug Peterson so my fan base can shut the hell up because they act.
I mean, Doug might be coming back on to be like an OC or something, man. He might do that.
I'm cool with Kellen Moore.
Kellen Moore might not be there that long though. If y'all,
man, he can stay another. He gonna stay another year, man. We're gonna get 2 years.
I don't see that, man. I'm sorry to be the bearer, man.
He gonna stay. Listen, he gonna pull up Ben Johnson. He gonna stay another year, man. Just watch, man. Just chill.
You gotta watch after the flow
Hey, listen, y'all ain't gonna do me like this. No,
Flo was like the hottest name on the market last year. He decided to stay, and boy, that man name is ice cold, right?
Coaching opportunity, he's not staying with the Eagles. He's not.
And you gotta look at Slowick last year. Like he was one of the hottest candidates. He decided, well, let me go back. Now niggas can't stand Slow. They yelling that he's not good. He can't call plays and all that. So I mean, like, when the iron's hot, man, and you got to strike when the iron's hot, man.
Listen, he gonna be in Philly, man. It won't be Dougie P. It won't be Dougie P. I'm sorry. Appreciate the Super Bowl, good brother.
I mean, Doug's a good OC though. I'll say that he a good OC. I'm not sure about him being a head coach.
You going to bring Press Taylor with you, and they ain't letting him come back.
Well, no, I mean, like if Doug comes there, Doug's coming there by himself. I mean, he's not bringing his coaches with him. He's not the head coach. He's my
assistant. My assistant. I don't think the way it ended though. I don't think they'll bring him back though. To be honest.
Man, he got y'all to the Super Bowl, man.
Yeah, but the way they, I don't think he'll come back and holler at. I don't even think he'll come back and holler at them to bring him back. But next game. We got Rams versus Patriots. Rams by 4.5. Over under is 43 and a half.
Yeah, got some breaking news on this front though. Christian Barmore, they're activating him, and he's saying he gonna play. I'm not exactly happy about that because the man had blood clots in the summer. I think it's kind of quick. He just started practicing this week, but I mean, I just don't like. I would like to take a more cautious approach. I like that man to practice another week. Um, but I'm not like I don't. I'm not the coach. I don't run that team. I'm just a fan. So I mean, I can't speak on that. So yeah. But yeah, he's gonna be coming back. So that's I mean, like that's gonna bolster our like pass rushing and all that. Like Christian Barmore, he's not necessarily a run stopper, but I mean he's good with the pass rush. So I mean what that allows us to do with Keon White, it's gonna make that D line better. It's not gonna be better against the run, but it's gonna be better in the pass rush or whatever. Um, the Rams didn't really have a good game. They come off a short week and they got to travel. That can be a problem. And I mean, like there's stats out there that tell you teams that travel west to east are not that successful. They're just it's just one of those things where they're not. And you throw that stat in there where they just played Monday night and they have less time than everybody else to travel to New England. Um, Normally I would go with the Rams, but I think I'm going to take the Patriots plus the 4.5. I don't think we're gonna win because just the way that the Rams Rams play like a lot of like 11 personnel, right? And for those that's listening that don't know what that means, that's just one running back and one tight end, and they're gonna have three wide receivers on the field. Um, and if that's the case, if they run that formation a lot, we just don't have the corners. I mean, yeah, we got Christian. I mean, Christian, they'll probably put Christian on Puka. But the problem is we don't have another corner like that to put on Cooper Cup. And our slot corners, he's okay, but he's not. He can get beat. Um, so like I don't love that matchup. I don't love the matchup of their D line against our O line because our O line's not that good. And their draft picks that they drafted have really hit for them. Jared Verse is being talked about as the defensive rookie of the year. And they got a couple other rookies that they drafted that are playing that are playing really, really well. So that's why I'm saying Patriots plus the 4. I don't think we're going to win, but I think it's going to be a close game. I mean, the Patriots have definitely been playing better as of late. So I think it's going to be a closer game. Props I like in this game. Just the style of defense the Rams play, which I think is going to allow Drake May to get out the pocket and run a lot. So I'm gonna give me Drake May for 25 rushing yards. Give me Demario Douglas. Give me him 4 catches, 40 yards. I mean, he can definitely get that. Give me Puka and Cooper Cup 5 for 50. Give me Williams for a touchdown, and I believe Cooper Cup will get in the end zone this week too.
The Rams versus the Patriots. This is gonna be. I think this is gonna be an underrated game, man. Because I think this is gonna be defensively a good game. I think y'all can kind of take away a little bit of that passing game that they like to do, but I don't think you'll be able to completely stop them. Y'all have been playing some pretty good defense the last couple of weeks. Um, and Matthew Stafford haven't been playing the greatest offense either, to be honest. Last game I watched them play, who was that against? They didn't play well.
I played against the Dolphins on the Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
And it seemed like I don't know. It seemed like Matthew Stafford and Puka didn't have no type of connection, and seemed like he was only hitting Cooper Cup here and there. I don't know what's going on over there. But they don't seem like they're on the same page at this moment. It could be because just maybe they had a good game plan. Maybe that was the thing. But if that's the case, then that means the Patriots seeing the same game plan, right? So they should be able to run it back. I think the Rams should win this game, but I do think it's going to be close. I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go Rams money line.
Um, this game right here, I don't know what's going on with the Rams offensive line, man. Miami kind of had their way with them up front. Um, but I'll say, damn, he fumbled the ball. I'll say, I like what that offense is doing. Stafford missed a few. He missed a few checkdowns. last week to Kyron Williams in the red zone twice on both sides, left side and the right side. Um, but as far as Cup and Puka, man, uh, I I thought Puka was the guy, but last week he targeted Cup more. Um, as far as props, I'll take uh both of their receptions and yards. Um, I don't know, man. Stafford, boy, he love to get that thing up, man. If I mean if you feeling a little, jazzy or whatever, throw that, anytime pick on that bitch. 'Cause Stafford, boy, he can't move no more. Um, well, he can move, but it's like he's definitely declined. He can't. If one of them young boys run down on him, it's nothing he can do at all whatsoever. Miami was on his fucking neck, man. Both ways though, they was on 2 or 2, but as far as I don't really think the Patriots got something I want to. 4.5. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'll take that money line and Puka and Cup. Yeah.
Top, you win already?
Nah, my bad. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the Rams offense. I thought with them getting their offensive players back off IR and them having a couple of games together that they can get back into some sort of rhythm, but that wasn't the case. That Dolphins defense was able to be very disruptive in the pass rush and even kind of contain Kyron Williams in the run game. The back end of the Dolphins defense was then able to fly around and make key stops, key plays against the pass catchers of the Rams. I do think the Rams will win this game. I'm personally not sure about the -4.5 or the over under. I would probably just take Rams money line just straight up and maybe Puka's receptions because I think he'll probably get fed in this game. It was an out year for him to not get the type of targets I thought he would get against the
Yeah,
Dolphins.
man.
Um, but yeah, especially the rookies on the defensive side of the ball for the Rams, Versk and Fisk, I think have really played well over this year. And Verse, I'm seeing him kind of develop a bag, and he's not relying on his strength and speed at all times. So I like the Rams. I'll just probably take the money line, like I said.
Pop you back up though. It's Browns versus Saints. Browns favored by 1 point. Over under is 44 and a half.
Look, I know we won last week, but I'm not taking nothing from that. For real. I think it was a team meeting a new coaching staff and players playing different, you know, because they have more passion, I guess, more heart, more effort. I guess they starting to buy back into the team. I don't know what you're buying back into at 3-7, but it is what it is. As long as they're playing with effort that I haven't seen during the 7 game losing streak, I'm happy about that. But I don't know. Uh, Alvin Kamara is still our only running back. Taysom Hill is doing it all, but I'm still seeing the issue with Clint Kubiak not being able to make adjustments when a defense makes adjustments to the offense. You're having a hard time creating plays. Well, not really creating plays, but like adjusting your offense to the personnel that you have because you're without a lot of the talent you began the season with. And I can see you're trying to struggle. I'm not understanding why our tight ends, Jawan and Foster, aren't getting more rotation play, considering the lack of talent we have at the wide receiver position. We're literally signing guys and elevating them off our practice squad in the last few games. So that's something I think needs to change. Implement our tight ends. Juwan Johnson, when he gets playing time, he can be a dynamic tight end. Foster Moreau, he can get some consistent yardage there. Defensively, we're having a rotation in my secondary with Alante Taylor, Kool-Aid McKinstry, and Shamar Jean Charles as my cornerbacks. Jean Charles is on the injury report, so I don't know if he's going to be in the game. And I think that'll be a big loss because we're really shallow at depth there. Pete Warner, one of my starting linebackers, he was limited in practice, so I'll see if he's a go. And going against an offense that has a Nick Chubb, I think, who's getting his legs back under him, and my run defense is not that good. I think that'll be a hard test because if Nick Chubb and Jerome Ford and whoever else they have coming out of the backfield start to get going, it could be a long day. I don't trust my D line to be able to get pressure on Jameis Winston because when you give Jameis Winston any type of time, he's able to make those throws. He's able to make those big plays. At the same time, he gonna give up the ball too. And I have one of the best interception getters on my team in Tyrann Matthew. So there's that. I hopefully the Saints edge it out just because I would like to see more wins than losses. But I really don't know what I'm gonna get from from this game. I will take the over though because I think both teams could potentially get like 20, 23 points.
Go ahead, Nick.
Um, yeah, man, this is one of them games, man. I don't even like. I mean, one hand, it might be a Jameis revenge game because he played for the Saints, maybe, but I don't think the Saints really did him that dirty. It's not like he's playing Tampa Bay, so I don't. You could say a Jameis revenge game, but I don't know how much revenge is really there because I don't think he really hates the Saints like that. I just think he I mean, he spent his time there. Dude got hurt. The whole vertebrae thing situation they went on with. And then they got Derek Carr. So I don't know if there's any revenge factor. I mean, this is just a hard thing to call for me, man. Um, it's hard because the Saints fired their coach, and normally you fire your coach, and you get a little bump. I mean, for everybody except the Jets. I mean, everybody except them niggas. But the Saints got a bump. They won last week. I just don't know how to call this game in terms of wins. Who's gonna win, who's gonna lose. I mean, I do like the under. I don't think 45 points is gonna be scored in this game because I mean, like the Browns want to run the ball. I don't think the Browns are gonna air it out like that. The Saints, I just can't trust Derek Carr. I don't know. It's hard for me to trust him because one game he plays good, pretty good, and then the next game he played like crap. So I can't call that either. So I'm not gonna pick a winner. Give me the under. Props that I like. I mean, give me a Chubb anytime touchdown. Um, give me that and a Taysom Hill. I'm anytime touchdown too.
Certified.
Yeah.
I don't want to
I
watch this
mean,
shit.
nah, not really. Um, it's just, I mean, neither team has anything to play for right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, just build for the future or whatever. Neither team is putting a good product out on the field right now. So I don't, you know, I'm pretty sure Pop don't want to win this game. So I mean, we're at that point in the season where people are making decisions on their teams, and I'm neither one of these fan bases want to see any more W's at this point, especially with the lead that Jacksonville has for that first overall pick. Again, I don't know how many it's been so far. It's been a lot, but never mind.
I think this game is going to be weird, maybe, because like I know like it seemed like y'all had a spark last week with like Derek Carr and the new coach. It seemed like the team was playing a little better. I don't know if they continue that. If they do, then the Browns don't seem to like have as much fight, you know. Um, but I'm kind of with certified. Like I don't think either one of these teams really care to win at this point. I think they just like they just out there. But give me a Kamara touchdown. Give me a Chubb touchdown. Uh, yes, that's about it. That's about it. That's about it. I want to take the over though. I kind of do because I feel like he could get there, but I don't know. Could be tricky. We got Colts versus Jets. Underwhelming ass game. Jets favored by 4. Over under is 43.5.
Hey,
Jesus
hey,
Christ.
hey, yeah, Pittsburgh kind of pushed them around on that drive right there.
And we talking about Clemson,
Yeah,
Pittsburgh, Clemson. Yeah, I'm
yeah,
watching the Colorado
they
game.
just punched it
I'm
in.
watching the
Yeah.
Colorado game too.
Oh shit, I didn't even know it was on. This shit right here, dog. Um, Listen, dog. Do you want to win games as a Colts fan? You don't want to win no games right now. And I know the Jets say that shit that they want to say, but they got to find a quarterback because Aaron Rodgers is not it at
Oh
all.
wow,
He is not it.
he
He's
just
not
took that
good.
bitch. He just took that bitch to the house.
Crib
Yeah.
14-3.
Oh shit. Oh nigga, what channel is it? FS1,
Nah,
Fox.
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 Man,
Oh
the nigga just ran straight.
Yeah, just straight.
yeah. The fucking Jets, they're bad. The Colts are going to run. The Jets are very bad versus the run. This is probably going to be a sloppy game. The Jets are probably going to give up 30 points again against the Colts. I don't like what they're doing with Anthony Richardson. Um, it makes no sense. I thought they was going to actually try to sit and try to develop him. It's it was one game, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, it might have been two.
It was two? Okay, well, two games.
Yeah, it's either one or two. I'm
Uh,
not 100% sure.
I'm not sure what the fuck he learned in two weeks or whatever, but no, I'm just saying like this shit is looking real stupid now. But with that said, man, as bad as I think the Colts are being operated right now, I cannot pick the New York Jets, Joe. I cannot. They are atrocious. This is a sorry ass team. They got a lame duck as coaching staff, not just the head coach, but the whole coaching staff. Nobody should be there. Aaron Rodgers is ass. He's that bad. And again, this defense is just as ass in the run. Sauce is being exposed weekly. Um, this looks like a fucking dumpster fire, man, and I'm enjoying it. Uh, is to hear the crash outs in that Jersey accent is is the best. Listen, man, it's pure comedy. This shit writes itself.
That's dirty. That man said, I'm enjoying it.
I mean, sometimes you gotta enjoy the crash out, man.
Hey, early morning crash outs is the best.
Yeah,
I mean, bro, listen, they have been praying for this moment for so long, and they got it, and it is dog shit.
yeah,
How would
like,
listen, yo? Like this is crazy. What is going on right now in
it's
New
actually not that.
Jersey? Is
It's actually not.
crazy.
It's actually not that crazy though,
Come on, dog. Come on,
because
man. Look at what they did. Look at all the moves they made, and look at the product.
man, I never picked them to win a division at all. Like everybody on this, everyone watch the pod know that I never picked them for nothing. I didn't because I
I
knew.
guess I guess this shows all that you can have all the talent in the world, but if that quarterback some buns,
Yeah, but the
no.
problem,
Yeah.
it's not even the problem that he's buns. They brought him in and they gave him all the power. Like there's no checks and balances in that franchise with him. he pretty much runs that team. There's no, the coach that they did have solid, he couldn't check him.
Mhm.
And I mean, like, he tried to, he was thinking about, I mean, like, get rid of the OC, and that's when he got fired because that's what he's trying to do. I mean, they let that man run that franchise. This is what happens when you let a player run a franchise. He will run it into the ground, especially Aaron Rodgers. Um,
Mm.
but I mean, my picks for this game, I think, um, I'm taking the Colts plus the 4. I'm not convinced that they're going to win or anything, but I just think with
Yeah.
the Jets not being able to stop the run and you're bringing Anthony Richardson back to start, I think what you're doing is you're bringing another dynamic into the run game, which is Anthony Richardson. I mean, one thing we do know is that boy can run the rock. We do know that. He's good doing that. He's good with the deep throws. His short to intermediate game need work. That's the area of his game that need work. But you going against the Jets and you gonna run that read option against that run defense, boy, that could be a long day. I'm just telling you, that could be a very long day for the Jets defense. Run defense because they're not good against the run. And then I think also Michael Pittman's coming back this week, so I mean they're pretty much going to put sauce on him, and they still got Josh Downs. I'm not thinking the Colts going to win, but I think they're going to keep it close enough. Prop wise, let me get Jonathan Taylor for 80 yards and a touchdown. Let me get Garrett. Let me get Garrett for what? Let me get him 5 for 50. And I also think that Tay gets in the end zone this week too.
Go ahead, Pop.
Yeah, I agree with everything that's been said. The Jets are just trash. Like the coach y'all fired is not the coach that needed to get fired. Y'all retained him, and you're allowing you're allowing Aaron Rodgers to control what happens on that team, and this is the result you're getting. I think you have all the pieces there, but it's just not working. Um, Aaron Rodgers is not their future. They don't have the future in the building. I don't think Jordan Travis is going to be the franchise quarterback that they're looking for. In the Colts, I thought they were trying to protect Richardson, and you put him back out there. So I don't know what type of development strategy this is. I don't know what's going on with the Colts. Um, I don't know who to pick in this game. I'm gonna just be honest. I don't know who's gonna win. I don't know who's gonna lose. I don't even know what props to take that I feel comfortable taking in this game. Um, yeah, I don't know. I think it's just a shit show from both organizations. I just don't know which way either team is going at the moment.
It was almost bad for Utah. They almost got into a real bad spot early in that game, boy.
I
You
mean,
seen that, Mick? I thought he
yeah,
fumbled for real, but I guess they said he didn't.
no, but this 14-3. They're about to punt, man.
Yeah.
They in the bad spot, man.
But that could have been an easy 7. Your offense come back out again quick.
I mean, they got to punt it to the guy that just returned it for a touchdown, and then even if they don't return for a touchdown, then you got
Yeah,
Shador in the
that's
offense.
annoying.
It's not looking good for Utah, man.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
defense,
I
I don't
think that
know.
was a fumble.
It looked like it to me too. Like he put it in, turned, and took a step. Like,
Yeah, he took 2 steps, headed upfield, secured the ball. Sound like a fumble to me.
oh, he tipped it
Yeah,
too.
he did. That punt was partially blocked. I mean, that's something probably best for Utah anyway, because I wouldn't want to be, like punting the number 10 anyways.
Hey man,
Yeah.
y'all think Colorado can hang on and squeak into that top 12?
I
Bro,
mean,
I they need
they
a
had their own
couple
fate.
of I think they need a
they
couple
just got to
of
win their conference. That's it.
breaks.
Yeah,
If they can win
Yeah.
their conference, they in.
and
Listen,
they get a bye.
Yeah.
listen. I think Colorado
With it.
genuinely can win the Big 12. Like I didn't think so to start the season, but the way the team has played has changed my opinion about the team. And BYU, they are undefeated. I don't think they stay that way. And if the assumption is Colorado and BYU are going to meet up in the championship game, I think Colorado could get them. I just think that offense is too high power for BYU. I also think the way the defense has been playing these for the last month and a half, like they are really creating pressure. They're getting turnovers, making stops, flying around. Like Colorado can really make some noise, I think, in the playoff scene this year.
Oh yeah,
I underestimated what Warren Sapp really was gonna bring to that D line
Mm-hmm.
room, but he got them boys baking.
yeah, you do,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you do,
I didn't realize he was gonna be able to bring that much impact. But you see the trenches from week one to I don't know exactly when he started actually being there full time, but you see it right now compared to week one. Totally different defensive line. Like they actually getting at the quarterback. They actually playing the run. They look aggressive. They're not getting bullied.
Mhm.
So I mean, all right, let's get into this next game. We got Vikings versus Titans. Vikings favored by 6, over under 39.5. The Titans are the worst team in football.
yeah. I wonder why the line's so low though. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
Jesus. I
You think they're
listen.
the worst team in football, bro?
Yeah, I do.
I think that might be.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, the Panthers at least they're improving. To me, the Panthers seem like they're getting better week to week.
They
The
look
Titans
like
ain't looking good.
not to skip ahead, but there must have been some level of development with Bryce.
I
He-
think that benching woke him the fuck up. I can't even
Yeah,
lie, cause watching him in the couple games he played before he got benched, he looked checked out.
yeah, yeah. He just looked. He looked last week a lot calmer.
Hmm.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
So
And that young
we'll
talent that
see.
they got, Leggett, Coker, Chuba, I think Jonathan Brooks might finally play in this game. He's the rookie running back that they got. They got a nice young core over there. That offensive line has started to play better as well. Like they really cooking something over there. And
and I
Bryce is playing
actually
a lot better.
I seen on my TL this week. Like, did y'all know that Chuba's top five in rushing yards?
Hmm.
He's like number three. I didn't know. I seen that. I was like, wait a minute. Let me go to ESPN. I got look. He's definitely third in the league in rushing yards. Though. I did not know that. So
I think I heard a stat when they was playing last week. Like since he been a starter, he leads the league in like carries or something like that, carries per yard or something like that.
yeah, I mean he gets like a good 15, 20 carries a game, I think.
Yeah.
But I mean
What was it?
he's averaging 5 yards a carry though.
That's what I think it was. Like he has the most since he became a starter, like yards per carry or something.
Yeah, he snatched the job from Miles Sanders.
Yeah, I mean
Then
Miles
last
sucks.
year they tried to do a two running back set, but Chuba was clearly the dominant running back. And he became the starter officially the latter part of last year, and he's been playing really good ball this year as well. So they have a nice talent. Oh, this
Yeah.
Titans game, the Vikings gonna win. I just that Titans team, I don't know. Besides the quarterback position, I don't know what's going on. It just seems like nothing is working over there. Um, in my opinion, Sam Darnold has kind of come down to earth. Though the Vikings have been winning games, his play hasn't necessarily been that great over the last couple of weeks. But I still think he could be efficient enough to get the job done. Um, and I like the Vikings. I'll take Jetta's props. I'll take Aaron Jones. I'll take his props. Um, a Titans play. I don't know who to take on the Titans to be honest. I'll just take the Vikings, the -6, and the player props that I said.
Yeah, give me the Vikings too. Give me Aaron Jones rushing yards and the anytime touchdown. Give me Justin Jefferson receiving yards, anytime touchdown, and give me Addison for anytime also.
Yeah, give me the Vikings minus the 6. I don't Vegas must know something I don't know. But I don't get why this line is so low. Um But yeah, I'm still gonna take the Vikings -6. Prop wise, give me give me Jettas for like 6 receptions for 70 yards. Jettas hasn't scored in a couple games, so I'm gonna go with Jettas with anytime touchdown in this game. Um, I'm also gonna go with a Hawkinson touchdown. Like he just came back from from being on the pup. So I think they're gonna try to give him the ball, and I think he's gonna get in the end zone. I would take him for his receptions too. Like I think his receptions probably be like either 4.5, 5.5. Like I think he's gonna get. I think he's gonna get that 4 or 5. Because I mean the Titans' defense is good though. They do have a good defense, so I think they're gonna make Sam check it down, and I think the recipient of him checking it down is gonna be Hawkinson and Aaron Jones. Um, and I also think Aaron Jones will get in the end zone as well. On the Titan side, the only person I'm really comfortable taking would be Tony Pollard. So I mean, give me Tony Pollard for 50 yards. I also think Pollard gets in the end zone. And sneakily, I do like Ridley to get 50 yards receiving too. So
Certified.
I'll take. I, I mean, I don't really like this game. Um, Sam Donald don't look the same, so I don't trust any type of prop. I mean, Jettis, he gonna get numbers by proxy of being, wide receiver number one. But now we throwing Hawkinson in the mix. Sam, he's starting to crack. I like the. I'll take the 6. I'm cool with that, but that's about it. I don't have much to say about either team right now. I don't think that my Minnesota is playing the same level of football anymore on either side of the ball. To be honest with you, but they got a good record, and unfortunately, they're probably going to be a wild card team or whatever, well, road team or whatever. So, but yeah, that's about it.
So we got Raiders versus Dolphins. Dolphins favored by 7, over under 43.5. Dolphins maybe waking up a little bit. Maybe getting their legs back on them since Tua came back. Looked like a little bit last week. I mean, they still was a little out of sorts, but he was getting a little footing back. What you think, Vic? Think they getting it back together?
I mean the Raiders ain't. I mean the Raiders is playing like all the other teams we talking about. They got 2 and 3 wins. They are playing for draft position at this point. I don't know about the touchdown though. I mean the game is in Miami, so I can see the Dolphins winning by 7, but I'll probably take an alt line like maybe like -3, -4 just to be safe. I mean, just in case like the Raiders backdoor like late in the game and cover. Um, go with that. Prop wise, like there's not much for me to say on this game. I mean, the Dolphins should win the game. I mean, the Raiders aren't like I said, they ain't playing for nothing. Um, I mean, the only thing they're really playing for is to keep their head coach because there's rumors that they might let go of the coach. It's kind of crazy because you just gave him a deal in the summertime, so I don't really know what the deal is with that, but oh well. Um, Prop wise, I mean, let me get a Chan and Mostert anytime touchdown. Both of them boys. Jalen Wall actually had a good game last week. But I'm gonna go with Tyreek Hill also. Like I'm gonna go Tyreek Hill like five receptions, 70 yards. Like I think that he should be able to get that. And sneakily, Jonnu Smith has played really really well for them. And I think his receptions would probably be about 3.5. I would definitely take Jonnu Smith because I mean Tua has been throwing him the ball since he came back as well too. So
Um, y'all felt like watching the Dolphins last week. I seen a little bit of improvement from the first week when Tua first stepped on the field. Um, I'm gonna take Tyreek Hill for the anytime touchdown. Give me Raheem Mostert rushing yards, and give me Jalen Waddle receiving yards. I'll take the Dolphins. I'll take them minus the 7. I think they can cover the 7. Certified.
Oh, so what game we on?
Raiders versus Dolphins.
Raiders versus Dolphins. Um, shit. Uh, I mean, Tua he looked alright last week. You know what I'm saying? moving around. He took some contact. Uh, I think that they gotta everybody gotta get their legs up under them. We know what Miami can do when they get to clicking or whatever. So I just feel like last week they just had a bad outing. I did like how they got Waddle involved though. The run game didn't look too good, but let me see, man. I go Miami. Um, this at home, man. So I'm gonna say I think the boys gonna break out this week. I'll take Tua's yards. Tyreek could probably have a tutty, and like I said, I saw them get Waddle involved, which kind of confused me how they went away from him. But Tua, a lot of that was because Tua wasn't there or whatever. But even first game back, um, I'll take Miami in the points. Like I said, I like Tua's yards. I'll take Tyreek for a tutty and some yards. I don't know, depending on what Waddle's shit is. As long as it ain't more than 60, probably 65. I'll probably take that.
Pop.
Yeah, I agree with everything that's been said. I think the Dolphins are going to win. I would also take the -7. The Raiders are just trying to play for draft position at this point, trying to make sure they stay within the top five and hopefully get into the top three at this point. Um, I'll take any props on the Dolphins end. I'll take Gardner Minshew's over interceptions. Waddle, I agree. If his line is anything 60 or 70, I'll stay away from it. I'll try to drop it down to like 40 or something like that and take that. But yeah, I'll have the Dolphins just win nine.
All right, we got Packers versus Bears. Packers favored by 5. Over under is 40.5. This might be an interesting game.
Yeah.
The Bears kind of been.
What exactly going to be interesting about this game? Exactly.
I want to see if the Bears can wake up. I mean, I thought they had a little something going until that Hail Mary happened.
Man, did you see what our D line did to them last week? What you think the Packers D line will do?
That's what I'm saying. I said I seen something going well until the Hail Mary happened, and then they turned it into mush.
Yeah,
I
we're gonna
mean,
get to fire that coach, man.
It was like the Hail
I
Mary
mean,
snatched their soul.
are y'all 100% convinced that Green Bay gonna win this game?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm 200% sure they're gonna win this game.
because Jordan Love ain't looking too good out there, brother.
So, I mean, let me ask you a question, right?
Hmm?
Because Caleb Williams look good to you.
Nah, he don't. But I'm just saying, I got just as much questions about Green Bay as I got about Chicago. Well, not as just as much, but I ain't saying that Green Bay. I just don't feel. I don't think Green Bay is a good football team. I don't.
I mean, that's
And a
fine.
large part of that has to do with Jordan Love.
I mean, that's fine, certified, but I really don't think that the Bears are a good football team. Like,
What? So you think that benching or firing the OC is gonna like?
I mean, who you gonna? I mean, like you're replacing him with someone that's already on the staff, right?
Yeah.
So you're still running the same system. You're not running anything differently.
I
So I
mean, ain't
just
that
don't
what Buffalo did?
say what?
Ain't that what Buffalo did?
I mean, Buffalo did it, but the guy he replaced, so Brady was the new OC, and then the old OC is with the Browns. I can't remember his name, but the difference was the old OC wanted to throw the ball more. Brady wanted to run the ball more. But I think in this situation, I don't think the new OC who was coaching under, I think his name was Waldron. I don't think he's that much different. Though. He came over with Waldron from Seattle, if I'm not mistaken. So I just don't know. I watched that team last week. The offensive line is dog shit.
It is.
Like, it's pretty bad. I mean, and I'm just saying that the Packers I'm gonna just isolate the Packers defense. I'm not even gonna talk about the Packers offense, right? Packers got a better defense than the Patriots defense is. I mean, we look at the numbers, the defense is better than ours. They definitely have more talent in the secondary than we do. I mean, granted, we got Christian Gonzalez, but you can make an argument that the Packers have the best safety. That's this. Just talking about this year, you could say he's played the best safety in the league. You could literally say that. So I'm just saying, like if their offense was that inept last week and they're going against a better defense this week, I don't know how they score. To be honest with you. Okay, I mean, if that line could play better, Caleb could play better, then maybe they got a chance. But I just don't see it.
I kind of agree with both of y'all though. Like both of these boys been bad, but I think the worst of the two is probably Caleb right now. And I feel like sometimes, like I believe the Packers probably last week get a better chance of that game if they take the ball out of Jordan Love's hands, less than 40 times. Like I think, 13 carries just ain't enough when Josh Jacobs probably could have, slowed the offense down a little bit. He wasn't like he wasn't successful. He had 13 for 9.5. He only gave it to him 13 times.
I mean, Josh Jacobs is fourth in the league in rushing. I don't understand why they don't give him the ball more. You signed him for a reason. Give him the ball. And I'm not saying that Jordan Love can't throw the ball at all, but like run the ball. Like you can, like that offense can be run off of the play action too. Why not just try to run the ball with Josh Jacobs and then like play action off of that? I just
that's when he's most effective.
Yes, I just don't understand. Like you don't have to throw the ball 40, 50 times. There's no mandate in the rules and regulations of the National Football League where you got to throw it 40, 50 times. You don't have to do that. Like, so I don't know. Like, the Packers should win this game, though, in my opinion.
I think the Packers should win just because, like I said, the worst of the two is Caleb. Like, Caleb really struggling right now. He
is.
I mean, since the Hail Mary, man, it just seems like even in the game with the Hail Mary, even in the game with the Commanders, he didn't look good. But since then, he's looked out of element. Cardinals, Patriots, both games just complete blunders.
I mean, but even in that Commanders game, he didn't look good until the fourth quarter.
That's what I said. Even in the Commanders game, he looked bad. But since then, he's been looking worse. It looked like complete.
I'm gonna just be honest. I think the Caleb we've been seeing is Caleb he's been all season. Like, look at the first game against the Titans. He wasn't that good. Look at the game against the Colts. He wasn't that good. Like, even the Texans, he wasn't that. Like, the Caleb we're seeing is the Caleb he's been. I don't think that Commanders game necessarily broke him. I just think that teams are exposing, one, the fact that he holds on to the ball too long. He tries to do that backyard football he played, which isn't a problem in college, but that's something you gotta kind of develop out of. And that offensive line is terrible. And you retain a head coach, you bring in a new offensive coordinator who's not that good. The head coach is not that good. I just don't know what's happening in the front office with the Bears, but it's not good. It's not a good product. The Bears defense has been playing pretty well, but I'm just saying when you're constantly on the field because your offense is not producing, you do wear down some. And I think the Packers defense has been a pretty solid unit. I do agree that the Packers offensively need to give the ball to Josh Jacobs. I don't know what they're trying to prove with Jordan Love by having him throw almost 40 times a game. Like, be the offense that you're meant to be, which is running the ball and play action off of the run. Because that's the best Jordan Love that we've seen. We saw that last year when Aaron Jones came back healthy and started having great games. We saw how the offense performed. We saw how Jordan Love looked. So if they can get back into consistently doing that, I think we'll see a better Packers offense. But in regards to this game, I do like the Packers to win.
And only put another thing I'll throw in, historically, the Packers got the Bears number, man. Even when Aaron Rodgers left, they've still been beating the Bears. So that's something. I mean, let me get a couple props that I do like. I do like Jordan Reed for a touchdown. I would take DeAndre Swift's receptions. I think this should be around 3 or 4. I take that. I stay away from Cole Kmet if possible. He hasn't really been throwing him the ball over the last 3, 4 games. I stay away from that. I think DJ Moore's due for a bounce back, so I'll take him for 50 yards and like 4 receptions. So I said Jordan Reed for a touchdown, and give me Josh Jacobs for a touchdown too, because I think he's going to run one in as well.
So we got Falcons versus Broncos. Broncos favored by 2. Over under is 44.5. The Broncos been playing pretty good football, man. I mean, I know we underestimated them coming into the season a little bit. Maybe not seeing the potential they had to be, somewhere in the middle of the pack, maybe even somewhere close to the top of the pack. Falcons also, I think this is going to be a pretty good matchup to me, to be honest. I think this is going to be one of those pretty good matchups. I'm gonna go with the Broncos. I'm gonna take the Broncos on this one. I think the Broncos can beat them deep because the defense the Broncos are playing, I think it takes away some of the things that the Falcons are gonna want to do, especially with the short passing game. I think the Broncos play the pass well. They also been playing the run well too. So I'm gonna go with the Broncos in this one. But I still like Bijan Robinson. Give me him receiving and rushing. Give me him for receiving and rushing. Give me 80 plus yards. Bijan anytime touchdown, and give me Bo Nix rushing yards and an anytime touchdown.
Yeah, I'll go next. I know that the Broncos are favored by 2, but I actually like the Falcons in this spot. The Falcons the last couple of weeks have not exactly played the best, but I do think that they have the secondary play to slow down the Broncos. They just got to slow down the run game. Granted, Denver is a really hard place to play, but I just feel like the Falcons need this game. I mean, also like Tampa Bay's been struggling. Tampa Bay's still only 2 games behind them, so I mean, it's not like they have this insurmountable lead for the division. I mean, the division for the Buccaneers is still within reach. So I can see that happening. And I just don't trust Bo Nix, man. I'm gonna just be honest. I don't trust him. I watched some of these games. He has issues completing 15 to 20 yard passes. He's constantly missing wide receivers, so I just have an issue with that. So I'm gonna go Falcons. I'm actually going Falcons money line because I think the Falcons are gonna win this game. Prop wise, like I also like Bijan for a touchdown. This is kind of out the blue, but give me Estime for a touchdown. He's the rookie running back for the Broncos that they drafted. He started getting more carries last week. It's looking like he's going to be more involved in the offense. So I like that as well. Also give me Drake London's receptions and yards. Like I think Drake, if he plays, I think Drake London's gonna have a good game. I know they got PS2 over there, but I think they're gonna like the thing about the Falcons is like Kirk doesn't exclusively throw to Drake London. He throws a lot to Ray McLeod. He throws a lot to Darnell Mooney. So like there's a number of guys that he throws to. So you can't just put PS2 on Drake London all the time. And so that's what I think.
Ain't Mooney out?
I'm not sure if he's out. I haven't checked on that one.
I think he's on my fantasy team, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't think he's been confirmed out. He's a game time I think he potentially is a game time decision unless they drop a report later today saying that he's out.
Yeah, they haven't listed him out yet.
Yeah, because I think he's questionable right now going into the game.
So yeah, he hasn't been listed out yet. So I mean, if he does play, that's why I'm taking on Drake London's reception in his yards. Like I think, like I said, like the way the Falcons offense solely run through one receiver. So It's gonna be. I mean, you could put PS2 on Drake London, but then if you do that, then I mean, Ray can get off, and I mean, there's just and Pitts can get off. I mean, like there's, I mean, there are other guys out there that can get off. Um, and then on the Broncos side, like I said, like SMA. I mean, I wouldn't put SMA if you're gonna parlay this game. I wouldn't put this anytime touchdown. Like I'd do that as a single bet because it's kind of. I think the odds are pretty long. I mean, but I think the value is there. Um, and then also, I mean, let me get Cortland Sutton for me 40 yards because I mean, Cortland cooked and McDuffie cooked him like a Thanksgiving turkey last week, man.
Yeah, I want to go with the Falcons just because I think offensively they have a lot of weapons that they can go to if something doesn't work. Last week they went with Bijan to the outside and he had some success there. Algier, he got some burn. He had a pretty good game. But the players that Jay Mick highlighted, Ray and Mooney, those are players I would look at in this game because if London is getting slowed down or stopped, Mooney can go off. Ray, he's good for the intermediate passes. He'll give you a solid 40 to 50 yards a game. Um, Pitts, he can probably have a good showing as well. My problem is Sean Payton. Like Sean Payton went into Tampa Bay and blew them out. He created an offense that played to Knicks' strengths, and I think he will do that again. The Broncos played the Chiefs tough last week, and but for missed opportunities in special teams, the Broncos could have easily won that game. And I think because of that, I'm gonna go with the Broncos. I just think that the defense has been playing really well, and I think Sean Payton's gonna create a scheme that's gonna take advantage of some of the deficiencies the Falcons have on the defense.
That's the one thing I'd be forgetting. He definitely coached in that division of y'all's for a very long time. I forgot about that. Because he's pretty much beaten. Like he's played your whole division this year, right? He's pretty much
And
beaten everybody.
he's beaten two of the four teams.
Yeah, I don't think they played
Because
the
you
Panthers yet, though.
Yeah, no, they play the Panthers later on.
So if he win this week, he got a chance to sweep the NFC South. That's crazy.
Yep.
It's just wild as fuck.
Certified.
Yeah, my bad. I I don't like either of these teams right now. I feel like Atlanta's too inconsistent for the amount of talent that they have. But on the flip side, Denver, they play pretty good football. They kind of lacking in the talent department. So it's I don't feel comfortable with either team to be honest with you. The Falcons could go in there and win, and the Falcons could go in there and get blown out. You know what I'm saying? That like that is I'm cool.
So we got Seahawks versus 49ers. 49ers favored by 6.5. Over under is 47.5. Sir.
Um, I think we're gonna have our way with Seattle. We usually do at home anyway, and their center quit yesterday, so I'm not sure how that's gonna fare for them. I like Kittle's yards. Kittle, uh, he always has good games versus Seattle. I'll take his yards. I don't know about the touchdowns today. I'll probably go with CMC. I like CMC's yards too. His total and his rushing. Last I looked, I think it was at 78. They had his rushing yards. I would definitely smash that. His total yards is I think is like 112. I like that too. Um, anytime touchdown for him. I don't think he didn't get in last week. But he's throwing it to Ricky and Jennings is in the X, so that's the only reason why I'm not too big on George getting a touchdown. But I think he's going to get the targets, at least 6 targets. Outside of that, man, Kenneth Walker will probably get his attempts, and JSN will definitely get his targets. But I want to see what my rookie Evans can do versus the backup center that they drafted last year in the 5th round. I think that was really wild shit, but he just was like, nah, I quit. But
Yeah, that was insane.
hey, bro, it happened like that. Shout out to what's that, Vontae Davis.
Go ahead, Pop.
Yeah, I like losing a key piece to your starting offensive line. I think in the middle of the week, I think is gonna not bode well for the Seahawks. I think the
No,
49
Friday, Pop. It was
it
last
was
day of practice. It was
oh my
yesterday. He quit after
oh
practice yesterday.
whoa. That's even worse because
And
I
he
thought
he
bro
listen, he
quit.
took all of the
Oh
first team snaps. He was at starting center. And he was just like, nah, I don't want to play no more.
yeah,
Nah, no, I'm
listen.
done. I'm done. I'm done. I don't want
Yeah,
to play no
no,
more.
listen. I that's even worse because I thought the way the report was he had quit a couple days before they released the information, but that's that's even worse. Yeah, I think the 49ers are going to just dominate in this game. CMC coming back has been lights out. I think that defensively the 49ers will take advantage of that loss on the offensive line. I do think that I do like all the props that Sert said, like Walker's attempts, JSN's targets and receptions. I do like those. Also like the CMC play. I'll take his over on all purpose, rushing, catches, I'll take everything I could for CMC. Kittle, I'll also take his receiving yards as well. I think this is going to be just a dominating performance from the 49ers.
I don't see it that way, honestly. I have a difference of opinion. I don't think the Seahawks are going to win the game. I don't think they're going to dominate either because I heard Trent's not playing. Um, I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I've been hearing. And I think if Trent don't play, I think that does make a big difference, man. Like he's a certified Hall of Famer, like I mean, once he retires. So I think not having him is a big deal. Um, and then I think it's something like the Seattle hasn't beat the 49ers in what, like 15 years or some crazy stat like that. Actually, I take that back. I'm looking at the injury report for the Niners. He's questionable, so there's a chance he could still play. So actually, I take that back. So he hasn't been confirmed to be out yet. So, um,
No, we just 6-0 the last 6 games. That's all.
so I mean,
They
so last
haven't beaten Brock.
yeah, I mean, so you're going on 4 years, then that's what it sounds like. Like, because if you win this
Oh,
game
yeah,
against,
yeah, yeah,
it'll
yeah.
be 4 years.
If we win this game, we sweep them again for the
Yeah,
3rd year.
I do see the 49ers winning. I just don't think it's going to be like no 2 touchdown, 3 touchdown game. I think um the Niners for the most part have kind of stabilized their season, in my opinion. I mean, they've had their struggles. They went through the season pretty much without CMC, and they've been able to get production out the running back position out of Jordan Mason, but CMC is back now. Um, the Seahawks, to me, my problem with the Seahawks, I can't pick them because my issue with them is they don't stop the run really, and they don't stop the pass. And you go against the Niners, you got to at least be able to slow down the run game. You can't slow down the run game. I mean, they're just going to expose you. And that's what's going to happen. But also the Seahawks get DK back, so like that's going to boost they passing game because like JSN been on a tear since since I mean like DK been out. So I mean he's been really good in them like 2, 3, 4 weeks. So I mean, give me the Niners. I'm definitely taking the Niners. I just don't know about the touchdown. The touchdown, and I think this game's going to be closer than what people think it's going to be. And the Seahawks might even get like a backdoor cover like late into the game or something like that. So that's why I don't like the minus the 7 or 6.5 or whatnot. Props I like, man. I'm going with CMC touchdown, man. He didn't score last week, but this is I mean, CMC didn't really get any hurt more than he was before. And CMC had a stretch last year where he was scoring touchdowns every week. So I think he's going to score this week. I also think this is the week that Debo is going to score a touchdown, because I can't remember the last time Debo scored. I feel like it's been a while. So I feel like Debo has a good chance of scoring. On Seattle side, since DK is coming back, as long as DK can stay healthy, I like him to score as well. So
yeah, I'm going to take the 49ers. I think they should beat the Seahawks. I'm going to take, you said DK back, right? Give me DK for his targets. Give me CMC anytime. Give me, oh man, and give me a Debo anytime too. I think this should be, I don't know, maybe a 8 to 10 point win for the 49ers. I don't think it'll be close like that. You got Chiefs versus Bills. Bills favored by 2, over under 46.5. Go ahead, certified. Go ahead. We're gonna let you go first, good brother. Certified, you there, brother? Alrighty, I guess he'll come back. I think it's gonna be a good game, man. The Chiefs obviously undefeated coming into this game. Bills are missing some key pieces on that offense. Keon Coleman, I think, is out again this week versus them. This is going to have to be a tough one. I think the way for the Bills to win, though, is to let James Cook run the ball, keep it away from Patrick Mahomes in that offense. You might have to force some mistakes, but the Bills do seem to come out on top against the Chiefs in the regular season. So I'm favoring the Bills, but I don't know. It's gonna be a hard fought game. I think the Chiefs might still pull this one out. I don't know. Steve Spagnuolo can figure out a way to, confuse him today with less than his full arsenal of talent. This could get ugly for Josh Allen too. I am gonna go with one of my favorite picks today. Give me Josh Allen anytime. Go ahead, Jamie.
Yeah. Again, we was talking about when we started the show. For me, I mean, I look at a lot of the history in these situations. Like these teams tend to play every year in the regular season, and sometimes again, in the last 3 or 4 times that they played, the Bills have beat them in the regular season, and they've been beating them in Arrowhead. This game is in Buffalo, so like I was saying before, like I'm going Bills. I'll take the line too, because what I believe what's going to happen in this game is I think whoever gets the ball last is going to win this game, and I think Josh Allen's going to get the ball last. He's going to drive down, and they're going to have Tyler Bass kick the game win a field goal. And I think that's how they win. The one thing they have to do to be able to win this game, like I said, like you cannot play. I said this earlier. You cannot play zone against the Chiefs all the time. You can't solely do that because Travis Kelce. We get it. Travis Kelce is 34, 35 years old. He's not the same guy, but he can still murder you if you try to play zone. Like that's what he will do, and they will feed him the ball. He will kill you. So, and I'm saying you can't play zone, but you gotta mix up the zone and the man. Like you gotta mix that up. It's just like with any great quarterback. What you give him at pre-snap has to change what you give him at post-snap. Like you can't tell Mahomes exactly what you're going to do pre-snap and do the same thing post-snap because that's just. I mean, when you're talking about guys like Burrow and Mahomes and Allen, and Lamar, like guys like that, you cannot give them the same look you give them in pre-snap. And so I'm pretty sure Sean McDermott, I mean, he's a very experienced coordinator, DC and calling defense. So I'm pretty sure he knows it already. So I expect that's what he's going to do. From a Chiefs perspective, I mean, the Chiefs are going to run the ball against the Bills. The Bills don't really tend to run that well. So I expect for the Bills to try to run the ball with Kareem Hunt because Pacheco, I don't think he's playing this game because he just started practicing this week. So I think he's not going to return till next week. So they got to be able to run the ball and they got to be able to get the ball to Kelsey and their playmakers. And Hopkins, like I don't know how big of a game Hopkins is going to have because the Bills are going to put their best corner on Hopkins and the corners. The Bills' corners are actually pretty good, so that's going to be a matchup. Prop wise, I do like see I would stay away from Mark Cooper because I don't know if he's going to play in this. Like he's going to play, but I don't. I mean, he had a hand situation and he's a receiver, so that kind of does concern me that like you have a wide receiver that's got a hand issue. Um, so I don't like. I would stay away from betting on him. Like I wouldn't bet him for realistically anything. I mean, if you want to, I'm not really with the betting on unders, but I guess you could bet his unders if you don't think he's going to do anything. Um, Also, give me James Cook for a touchdown. And this is a sneaky pick, but give me Dawson Knox because Dawson Knox is going to be starting in front of Kincaid. Kincaid's been ruled out for the game, so I think Knox in the end zone. For the Chiefs, give me Kareem Hunt and give me Travis Kelsey to get in the end zone.
Pop.
Um, the Chiefs have been finding ways to win. It hasn't looked good, it hasn't looked clean all the way, but if the offense ain't going, that defense steps up. The special teams has been playing lights out. Buckner is gonna possibly be out, but I'm not necessarily worried about that. With the Chiefs, because I think the guy that they picked up is a pretty solid backup, at least for this game. I don't know how long Buckner is gonna be out, but that's something to look at. The
I think they're putting him on the
Bills,
IR, so he's out for 4 weeks.
yeah, so yeah, that's something to look at in regards to special teams play. I believe Coleman is confirmed out and Coop is questionable in this game. And I believe Kincaid got ruled out yesterday. So potentially you're gonna be without three starters. And I think that's a lot of play from Knox. I think Knox is gonna probably have a good game. James Cook, I think is gonna have a good game. But I also think this is a game where you're gonna have to rely on Josh Allen and his legs and him being a playmaker. Yeah, and so I do. Yeah, so with that, I'm just gonna go with the Chiefs because until they get beat, I'm gonna just ride with them. They have been figuring out ways to win, and I think that will be the difference. Especially they're getting three players back this game. I believe Aminu, Juju. I can't remember the other player that's been out for them, but they're all coming back in this game. So I think that's added juice for the Chiefs offense and the defensive side of the ball. So yeah, I'll take the Chiefs.
Certified.
Let me see, man. I just feel like I think the Chiefs gonna win this game, man. They just, they getting healthy at the right time. Um, and plus, like I said, man, it's just they move like a unit, man. Like when it's a play that needs to be made, they make it, and they don't make mistakes. Pat do. but the rest of the team is it's like they solid. It's like a fucking army, the military or some shit over there, man. Um, and you know Buffalo. Listen, man, don't take. I don't give a fuck, y'all niggas. Listen, Buffalo is the Chargers from Brady's run. They have talent, okay, but nobody's fucking taking them serious. All right, they're gonna win games in the regular season in spectacular fashion, yada yada yada, what the fuck ever. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes down to it, they don't have enough talent to compete in the postseason. I know they ain't got nothing to do with this game, but fuck them niggas. They're not gonna win this game either because they don't have enough talent to compete with fucking Kansas City. And when the lights get its very brightest, I trust Patrick Mahomes and his crew more than the turnover king, fucking Josh Allen. All right.
Oh, man, bro. Well, then. Got Bengals versus Chargers. Chargers favored by 1.5, over under 47.5. This one's gonna be an interesting one. I think this one's gonna be good though.
I mean, it's sneakily a good game. It's actually an important game because both them teams is in the wild card hunt right now.
hmm. Bengals getting healthy. Chargers strong run game. I think to be honest though, I really do think the offense that the Chargers play uh, is complementary to how their defense is playing right now. They're running the ball well. I'm going with the Chargers on this one. Give me J.K. Dobbins over 50 yards rushing. Um, give me Quentin Johnson for a anytime touchdown. Give me Jamar Chase anytime touchdown. And give me T. Higgins receptions. Go ahead, J. Nick. That's it.
Um, this is a tough game to call for me. Because I gotta admit, man, when you look at the league right now, like Joe Burrow is probably playing the best quarterback in the league right now. If his team had any semblance of a defense that could stop people, sometimes they would not be 4 and I think they're 4 and 6. They would not be 4 and 6. Let's just be honest. I mean, he's got the stat. He's got. I've watched him play, and he's got the stats to back it up. Like, so he passes the eye test and the stat test. Um, he's playing some of the best quarterback in the league right now. And that's why this makes it difficult. But I gotta side with the team with the better defense, man. I gotta. The Chargers defense is much better than the Bengals defense, and it's not even close. And so I think the Chargers will be able to slow down Chase, but now with T Higgins coming back, it makes it more difficult. And when T Higgins wasn't there, like they was able to operate their offense and still score a lot of points. So I think T is only going to help their offense. It's not going to let you just focus on Jamar Chase and try to double him or whatever, or try to shift covers to that side that Chase is on. So it's going to create an issue. But I mean, Justin Herbert has turned Quentin Johnson into a serviceable wide receiver. I mean, Quentin has played he played like dog shit last year, but he's played a lot better this year. He's been serviceable. I mean, he's made some plays. I'm not gonna go into the context of the touchdowns that he scored and why he scored them, but he scored those touchdowns. Their running game with J.K. Dobbins is solid. I mean, Gus Edwards came back last week, so I expect for them to be able to run the ball on the Bengals. You can run on the Bengals, you can throw on the Bengals. And then as long as Justin Herbert can keep this offense on track and they don't turn over the ball, I think they're going to win. So I mean, give me the Chargers money line. Plays in this game I like. Give me Chase Brown for a touchdown. Give me J.K. for a touchdown, and I like Ladd to get in the end zone as well. I mean, those are the plays that I like for the game. Over under. I think this game has the ability to go over, but I'm going to stay away from that.
Pop, sir. Pop.
I think
That's what's
that
up.
the can you hear me?
Yeah, I heard you. I heard
Yeah,
you.
go ahead.
Okay. I think that the Chargers win this game. Um, I feel like it's going to be a little chess match thing going on because the Chargers don't really give up no points, but they run the ball a lot. Is also the Bengals defense isn't playing as well as I anticipated them. Uh, I mean, I'm not saying they're playing bad, but I just expected them to play a little better. Um, uh, I just think the type of football that the Chargers is playing right now, like smash mouth, we're gonna run the ball, beat you up, full quarters, wear you down. We don't care about kicking field goals. It's kind of like Alex Smith with the Niners and shit. So and I don't know if I don't know if Cincinnati's going to be able to play that style of football versus the Chargers. So I don't necessarily I mean T Higgins coming back, I mean that could change things. They haven't had all three wide receivers on the field this is the first time all year. This is a hell of a test to get all three of them back, but I mean shit, it's go time, right? Um I like the Chargers, man. I do. I like the Chargers.
Uh,
Yeah, I like the Chargers too. That defense the Chargers have has been a pretty solid unit, opportunistic at times as well. I don't think they've had a opponent score over 20 points on them all year. And the Bengals offense is explosive. But I just think that the way that the Chargers like to play offense, which is running the ball and occasionally coming off of that with play action or even screen plays. Lat McConkey has been a real standout player for the Chargers so far this season, and I just think that the Chargers are playing better complementary football than the Bengals. So I like the Chargers to win.
all right, that's the Sunday night. So Monday night game is Texans versus Cowboys. Texans favored by 7. Over under is 42.5. The Cowboys are 0-4 at home so far.
Yeah, I mean, niggas about to be 0-5, nigga.
And I don't know why the spread 7. Cooper Rush is horrible.
I mean, well, the spread is 7 because like the Texans' old line ain't really been the best. Well, pass blocking at least.
Yeah.
So it leaves them vulnerable to Micah, but I don't know how this game is close.
Nico back. I mean, the pass game should get back in flow a little bit. So I'm taking the I'm taking the Texans. Give me Joe Mixon rushing yards, anytime touchdown. Give me um give me Nico Collins. No, yeah, give me Nico Collins anytime touchdown. Give me Dalton Schultz receptions. Give me CD Lamb reception in yards. And give me Rico Dowdle for plus 35 yards.
Yeah, I'll go next. I mean, I'll make this short and sweet, man. I mean, give me the Texans minus a 7. Nothing shows me the Cowboys are going to be able to keep this game close. I mean, there's nothing that I could look at that's going to tell me that. Um, I like Mixon for anytime touchdown. Um, I know Nico's coming back, but I also with Nico coming back, I think it's going to open up the offense for Tank Dell even more because Tank Dell's pretty much been by himself at this point. Because I mean, let's just face it, like the other guys are not taking coverage away from Tank Dell when Nico plays. So I like Tank for a touchdown. I like Nico for about five receptions for about 60 yards. I'm a slow play that because his first game back in like over a month. So his conditioning might not be to I mean in terms of game shape. So got that. Um, when we also get CJ Stroud for 2 touchdowns. Let's see what else. On the Cowboy side, give me CD for 5 receptions, 50 yards, and a Rico touchdown.
The Cowboys are tanking. Houston, I don't think Houston has ever beaten them in Dallas. They're definitely going to beat them in Dallas this year. Um, I hope this shit gets ugly, man. I hope they embarrass them. To be honest with you, I know that sounds petty, but I don't give a fuck. I hope Dallas gets embarrassed. You know? So yeah. Uh, but CJ, he gotta play better, man. CJ been looking like some boo boo. Um, last few, you know what? The last few weeks, he has been looking too good. Um, but Nico coming back, I I believe in him, man. Dallas is just not playing good football right now. It's a lot of mess going on over there. Micah, I guess inadvertently throwing his coach under the bus and yada 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 or whatever. But the Cowboys is a fucking mess. They're a laughing stock of that division, man. And Houston, they need a bounce back game. And yeah, we're probably going to be running them jokes real early Sunday night. So yeah.
Yeah, I agree with the sentiments. I think this is with Nico coming back, it's gonna open up the offense a bit more because CJ has his guy back. I also think this is a great bounce back game for Joe Mixon. The Lions were able to stop a 5 game stretch of over 120 all purpose yards, specifically 100 yards rushing games that Joe Mixon has had since coming back off injury. The Lions were kind of able to hold him in check. And I think this Cowboys defense, who has shown that they are not good against the run, that'll get Mixon going, which I think will then help the play action game that the Texans are going to try to run. CJ, I think he's hit a sophomore slump per se. You're going against better teams now. You have a first place schedule, so you're going against better offenses. But I also don't think the OC has been doing him any favors in the way he's been calling games with a injured offensive line. Our offensive line, I think, is in the bottom of the league as well. But I think going against a Cowboys team that's without Dak, kind of like in a downward turn, I think the Texans are going to win this game. I don't think Cooper Rush does anything for that team to make them competitive.
All right, last game is our Thursday night game. This week we got the Steelers versus the Browns. The Steelers favored by 4, and the over under is 43 and a half. Give me the Steelers. Uh, like Mick said, I mean they don't struggle. Well, yeah, like Mick said, they don't struggle in the division. You know what I'm saying? They pretty much play everybody in the division hard. They usually come out with a pretty good record year in and year out. So, and the Browns, to me, I would be tanking. I ain't gonna lie to you. I mean, if I was the Browns, I'd be trying to get Deshaun Watson as far in the rearview mirror as possible, uh, and move on because it's probably time to rebuild that offense and get some things built around somebody else. Because I, listen, he wasn't like I know people gonna kill me probably for this, but right, he wasn't playing good before the injury. I don't think he's gonna be playing better after. Just being real. I don't.
Well, I mean, all you gotta do is look at the Aaron Rodgers. Like, and I know he's not as old as that A Rod, but they got the same injury. Um, and that Achilles, man, that thing hard to come back from. I don't care how old you are. It's hard to come back from. Give me the Steelers, man. I mean, so I'll say this right. Like, you got two situations when you got a bad team, right? It's either you're actively tanking or you're just that bad. I don't even think the Browns is tanking. I just think they're just that bad this year. I don't think. I mean, the games I've watched, look, they trying to win. They just ain't good enough to win. So I'm gonna give me the Steelers in this game. I mean, Steelers do pretty well against the Browns historically. So I'll probably take the under though, because I mean the Browns defense is still okay. So I think they'll hold the Steelers, and I think the Steelers definitely hold the Browns. So I think you get a really low scoring game. give me a Fryer move for a touchdown in this game, and I'm gonna go a little different. I'm gonna go Fryer move and Jalen Ward on the Steelers side, and for the Browns, give me Chubb.
I think that, like I was saying before, man, I feel way more comfortable with uh Baltimore. I mean Pittsburgh's strength, which is that defense, versus Baltimore's right now. I'm not saying that Baltimore has a bad offense. I think they have a good offense, but
Browns.
wait a minute. What game
Pittsburgh
are we
versus the
on?
Browns.
Thursday night
Steelers,
Thursday night.
football, Steelers
Steelers,
Thursday
Browns.
Browns.
night
Oh,
football.
this is next week. I'm
Yes,
tripping.
yes,
Yes.
yeah.
Oh, um, damn. Um, yeah. Where's this game?
I think it's in
At
Cleveland.
Browns.
Yeah, I
At
think it's in
Browns?
Cleveland. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I mean, they might. I don't know, dog. They definitely gonna force Jameis to pass that ball, and the longer he has the ball, the more time TJ Watt got to get there, man. I don't know that defense. With just going up against Chubb all by himself, man. I don't like them odds at all. Whatever Pittsburgh is supposed to win by, I'll take it.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think that the Browns are tanking. I just think they're a bad team. Their offensive line hasn't played together all season. They've had multiple starters out or on IR. I just don't think they have the talent that they want to have on that team, and you're not playing well. And I don't think that the quarterback position has gone the way that they thought it would this season. And pro- we're seeing that lack of production from that cost them in games so far. So yeah, and I think the Steelers are just playing better ball. And the Steelers defense is gonna be able to disrupt whatever the offense the Browns is trying to put out there. TJ Watt is a wrecking ball. And I don't think that the Browns will do anything to really kind of slow him down for real. So I like the Steelers.
All right, so that's the last game of the slate. Um, yeah, man, we appreciate y'all for tapping in with us, man, and checking it out. Um, this is gonna be a fun week of football that I get to watch stress free. You watch everybody else play. I'm glad to watch everybody else play too. I was,
Man, I watch the NFL fresh. I'm stress free every week, man.
yeah, because because you just
I be watching that bitch stress free.
because you at the point where you like, hey, I gotta, just if I get them, I get them. If I don't, hey,
Yes,
we
whatever.
build it.
Now, I mean, Saturday's a little different. I mean, like Georgia be stressing me the hell out, but that's different. So,
Yeah. But yeah, man, y'all got anything for the people before we get up out of here?
nah, just I mean, tapping every week, man. I mean, like, subscribe. I mean, Twitter. I mean, like we do run the spaces from time to time. I mean, probably gonna try to run some spaces this week. Um, and on the YouTube side, man, just I mean, like the show. I mean, so subscribe and we're gonna do what we do.
Yeah, Mick said it all, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate y'all. Hope to see y'all, in the space or two, maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, just keep tapping in. Tell a friend. Tell a friend. How the community grow. And tuning in with us next week.
Yeah, man. Until next week, man. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Tap in again, man. Shout out to y'all. Like, comment, subscribe.